Greetings, investigators. I am the Archivist, as many of you know, and it is my duty to study the eldritch anomalies that plague your world and countless others. I do this by studying the tomes here in the archives. However, most of these, as you know, are incomplete. I make up for this by reenacting these events using the electronic computer game tabletop simulator. Today, we will be continuing our studies into curses. If you've watched many of the streams before, you're no doubt familiar with the Encroaching Dread curse. However, you may be wondering how to combat it if you yourself have been afflicted. Or more specifically, what exactly you should do. After all, it isn't as though in real life you can simply make a high law roll. If you find yourself afflicted with the Encroaching Dread, here is what I suggest. Firstly, organize your will. This may be difficult while running for your life, but this is an important for those who know you, not so much for you yourself. Secondly, when you die, ensure it is not somewhere where your corpse will attract monsters to other people. Again, this doesn't help you very much. Thirdly, most importantly, this again affects your eventual death. Ensure other people fleeing the curse do not trip over you. If you'd prefer actually not to die, then I suppose you'll simply have to plan retroactively and avoid pissing off a wizard. Anyway, today we will be meeting our new band of investigators who, although I'm afraid they will not have the aforementioned foresight, they will hopefully still be able to break this curse. Let us meet them now. Let's see.
Right.
Hello, investigators. I am the Archivist. How are you all doing tonight?
Hello there.
Hello.
Still
How about
working on the...
We had a question.
Yes.
For the spell, are we allowed to look at the consequences as long as we shuffle the deck after?
I suppose so, yes.
Alright, thank you.
So
upon casting the spell, any one of these misfortunes could blight you.
And I think it's good for the new player, so he kind of gets an idea of what could happen.
Yes, that is
so
fair.
probably Diana takes that.
What? No. What do you mean? There's horror here?
All of them are lore checks.
Yeah, but all the horror things.
I guess, but it's all lore checks, which means it's going to be failed.
Yes, logically, this should go to someone
best lore character
with high lore. Yes.
Nope, she's the IF.
Yeah, I mean, if it was a will check, then yeah, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But it'll be real dangerous if she gets any horror. It'll be dangerous.
The chances of it happening. Thing is, we're only using the spell like maybe 2-3 times max.
All right. Well, if that's what the group wants, I will agree. But I am against the idea. But I will agree with the group's decision.
I think it should go to Diana Stanley. It is rarely used, but it is clutch when it is used.
Mm-hmm. I would personally like the gun since I am the best fighter as far as I can tell, and Rita is probably going to be moving forward a lot, so we don't want them staying in one place.
So we're giving the track shoes to her as well. I think the matches should go to Min because she has the best observation. The gun should go to Richard or Rita.
Wilson,
And then I guess I'll take the riot whistle because the bandages should go to the other person who doesn't have the gun.
Very well then, now that's settled. Investigators, from left to right, could you please introduce yourselves and the characters you'll be playing tonight?
I'm sorry, I didn't do that.
Basically,
really loud.
Explain who you are and who you're playing from left to right.
Yes, Diana Stanley's character, for instance.
Yes. So you want me to read the...
No, just a short introduction and who you'll be playing will do.
Alright, so my actual name is Tom. I'll be playing Diana Stanley, the Reformed Cultist.
Wonderful. And Min T-Pan?
I am Caroline. I'm gonna play a Minty Fine tonight.
Excellent.
Hello, I am Learn to Meow, but you can just call me LTM, and I'll be playing Wilson Richards. Back at it again.
Indeed.
All right. My name's Dan. I'll be playing the martial artist Lily Chen.
Very exciting. And finally,
Seeing as I'm also a Dan, let's go with Firoso, and I will be playing Rita Young.
excellent. Thank you very much. Now, before we begin tonight's scenario, it has been pointed out to me that these reenactments might not be entirely accurate since none of you have ever met an eldritch horror in real life, and may be experiencing more horror than you should be. To that respect, I will be beginning today's scenario with a joke to dissolve some of that horror. Tell me, investigators, what do you call a philosopher who is able to breathe underwater?
Oh, God damn it.
Not the reaction I was hoping
Not
for.
sure.
Sorry.
I feel like it's something to do with the water element, and it's really dumb, but I don't get the exact joke.
A deep one.
But
That's awful. Boo.
Now, I assume we're all feeling adequately relaxed. A murder has occurred in Innsmouth. The local law enforcement, funded almost entirely by crime syndicates, takes no interest. And so it falls upon the shoulders of a band of private investigators to crack the case. The victim was a Professor Valentine, a pioneering researcher of botany and medicine, who was on the verge of making huge breakthroughs treating the many ailments that plague the Massachusetts town. As such, a motive becomes clear. Innsmouth boasts a handful of capable practitioners of dark sorcery whose magics also have pharmaceutical applications, although often at a dire price. Valentine's breakthrough would have put many of them out of business. One by one, you establish alibis for Innsmouth's professional sorcerers until only one remains, a Doctor Blight. You enter an eerie and decrepit curios shop belonging to your suspect. Standing behind the counter, Blight appears jittery the moment he sees outsiders. You can tell it isn't the usual Innsmouth xenophobia at work. You ask him about the murder, and he soon crumbles under your interrogation and flees through the door behind the counter. Place the storefront and warehouse tiles as indicated. I believe we're having some microphone troubles, first of all. Are we all able to hear okay?
I am.
Yep. Are the archivist placing the tiles?
Yes, very well. I will now place the tiles. Sorry, we were having some technical difficulties there, so
Quick question. So I don't go insane. Can we have everyone put their Steam names above their health and sanity? That way I know who's who.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, that's agreeable with everyone. Feeling confident, you give chase, but to your surprise, as you burst into the warehouse behind the shop, Dr. Blight has already abandoned his attempt to escape. He stands facing you, supported by his cane. He smirks and says, "I think you outsiders have better places to be." Excuse me. You realise a second too late that you've blundered upon a spell circle painted on the floor. With a tap of the old man's cane, the runes ignite and you feel eldritch magic coursing through your body like an electric shock. Even though the pain quickly subsides, there was seemingly no effect. Blight laughs triumphantly. You rapidly regain your senses after overcoming the shock of the spell. Place your investigators here.
Where'd my token go?
Here.
Oh, someone moved it for me. Thank you.
Dr. Blight stands proudly to attention, both hands clasped on his cane for support. He stares at you with a wicked grin, placing his person token thusly. As you'd expect, the warehouse's containers are full of ritual components and supplies for incantations. There and there. Dr. Blight was writing in a journal when you entered the store. You thought you saw him place it beneath the counter. A glass display cabinet by the window holds a valuable treasure. To avoid making a scene, you closed and locked the shop door after you came inside. The other two doors of the warehouse are open. Site tokens here and here. Investigators, it is your turn. What are we saying in the chat?
Can you please rename the search token
Yes.
so we can know what it is?
Yeah, I normally do that, just I was typing chat.
Yes, if someone could do this while I'm putting them down in the future, that would be very helpful.
There's this one.
Yes.
What was the last one? Blight's journal? Okay.
Right.
There was a sorry. There was an app stream somewhere.
On the stream, if there's a puzzle to be solved, you'll look at the stream, and he should pull up a puzzle.
Indeed.
Yeah,
But
where's
besides
the
that,
app?
the stream doesn't matter.
Got it.
For
Well,
the app, he's just handling everything.
So, investigators, it is now your turn.
Alright. I'm not good at social stuff, so I'm just gonna go here if no one's objecting and investigate this display cabinet.
Sure.
As you wish, in a glass display case, it's a carefully preserved treasure. As an action, you are investigating. Beneath the glass display, you find a carefully unrolled parchment illustrating a map of the rifts between your world and others. Gain the map of the ley lines common item.
Neat.
Oh, nice.
Here you are. Ms. Chen, you have 1 movement space remaining should you wish to use it.
I will. I'll move
There
here.
you are. Next
May I
investigator,
go next?
please.
No pun intended. All the puns intended. I'm sorry. I'm just going to book it because I'm also not a social person and look at Blight's journal.
I think I may have missed the pun there, but as you wish.
It's house rule.
Yes, no, that is in fact how movement rules work. You may consult the rule book if you wish, but Blight's journal is presumably on the shelves beneath the store counter. Sure enough, you soon find the journal. Gain the old journal unique item. Oh dear, hold on, didn't mean to do that.
Oh.
As I was saying, Blight's journal. Which is, of course, a unique item. Ugh. Apologies, one moment. The old journal. An investigator holding the old journal may interact with it in the app. And I believe it was Mr. Richards who picked that up.
Yep. Is it a free action to interact or no?
It was not, I'm afraid. Next investigator, please.
Because of my skill, it's better that I go last because I can make anyone reroll 1 die.
So for Rita, I'm
If somebody's
thinking
enraged.
go here site, and then check containers. Any objection?
Nope.
Nope.
Starting here.
So the door is open and leads to the store owner's home. An investigator in the adjacent space may look through. You are examining for free, of course. You can't see more than a few feet from the door. A black cloud fills the hallway and it slowly draws closer. Gain 1 clue, remove this site token. Boys, have you gained your clue? You have not. Here you are.
Yeah, where's the clue origin?
The clue tokens are here. I've given you your clue. The remainder of your movement action, Ms. Young. While a chill ocean breeze blows through the back door, which hangs ajar, an investigator on the adjacent space may open the door and look outside. Someone is making a great deal of background noise in the chat.
Yeah, I think that's iType. Can you?
Oh, sorry.
Can you turn on
providing us the wind.
push to talk, if possible?
That's better. Now, the sight of the alley beyond the warehouse is like nothing you've seen before. Pitch blackness conceals everything but the few surrounding feet of tarmac. If you couldn't feel the breeze on your skin, you'd be doubtful you were outside at all. The darkness is inching closer. Gain 1 clue, remove this sight token.
And I interact with the containers.
As you wish. The boxes in the warehouse are full of paraphernalia which could be useful for rituals and curses. This is one of the more mundane looking boxes. You find a steel flask full of holy water. Gain the holy water common item. You are. Now, Ms. Stanley, Ms. Pan, who is next, please?
Go ahead, Miss Stanley.
Sorry. Okay. I guess I will move over to the containers and check them out.
Good.
As you wish.
Oh, good.
Something is off about this box. Its aura is dark and you struggle to look directly at it. Given where you are, it would probably be wise to approach the box with caution. You may investigate as an action. Do you wish to do so?
Yeah.
You've barely placed your hand on the strange crate when it explodes, scattering blue embers in all directions. You stare at the budding flame and feel an unnatural connection with it. Gain the Azure Flame spell and place fire in this space.
Damn.
Yeah, that's fire.
There you are. And
At least it was one of the better people to get the spell.
yeah.
Sorry, are you guys? Is my mic getting feedback? I didn't know if I was the problem. That's why
No, I think that was
Okay.
I-type, but I could be wrong. Just
Okay.
sometimes it's on, sometimes it's off.
Miss
Sorry,
Stan-
that's why I was like.
Miss Stanley, you have 1 movement space left.
Actually, she has 2.
Does she have the
Nope.
track shoes?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She has the shoes. Yeah.
Very well. 2 more spaces then, Miss Stanley.
I'd
what do you
recommend
guys-
try to follow us, because I think Min should talk to him because she has the most influence.
Are we gonna leave the fire?
Yeah. I don't want to be someone who spoils everything, but we're not going to be here for long.
Okay.
Hold on.
So I'll move over with. I got 2 left.
Very well. Then Ms. Pan.
Well, I'm gonna go talk to the NPC.
As you wish. Blight sniggers sadistically as he regards your startled and confused expressions. Your options are to ask, "What have you done to us?" or to arrest him.
What have you done to us?
The doctor laughs a ragged, wheezing laugh. "Stick around, you'll soon find out." Gain 1 clue. Which, unless you wish to use your remaining movement space, Ms. Pan.
Yes, I'm gonna go away from the fire.
You only have
You
one
have
spot.
1 space
Oh,
remaining.
sorry.
Do we know if this guy is interactable again?
Yes, if you interact with him now, it will say the old man's sinister threat makes you wonder if you have time to arrest him, as you intended. After all, it would seem the purpose of the curse, whatever it did, had been to prevent that. You may attempt to arrest him as an action, although not this turn, of course.
Okay, thanks.
In the meantime, Mythos event. The fire spreads out of control. Place fire in a space adjacent to a space containing fire. I will allow you to decide where the second fire token goes.
I recommend right here.
Burn the old
I
man.
agree.
Well, hardly say that isn't just
Curse
desserts. A dark shadow spreads from the rear of the warehouse and advances towards you like some ominous flood. Your every instinct tells you to get away from it as fast as possible. Place darkness as indicated.
I don't think darkness can be in the same spot as fire, if that
It
matters.
can,
It can,
just
but fire
doesn't.
generates lightness.
Yes, it just doesn't
Diluted
do anything
fire
under
removal.
conventional circumstances. Your entanglement with the sorcerer has made you anxious. You fearfully contemplate the ultimate effect of the spell he cast. No immediate effect. Take it away, investigators.
I would like to be not the first one to open the door in case there's a monster out here, and I need to shoot him.
Sure, I'll open it. I will open the door.
As you wish, through the windows in the door, the street looks darker than it did when you entered the shop just moments ago. As you race out onto the street, your heart is clutched by fearful dread. Your surroundings are pitch black. You can barely see to the top of the surrounding buildings. The only slither of sunlight you can see is dead ahead. The purpose of the spell becomes clear. Blight sought to motivate you to run for your life, only to die a very long way away from him and his shop. It seems for the time being you have no choice but to run from the collapsing darkness behind you. Remove this explore token. While you run for your life, you'll have to research the curse wherever you're able, if you're to have any chance of breaking it. Thankfully, possibly by design, the street stretches directly towards the distant glimmer of sunlight. There's a sight token here. Across the street from the shop is a diner. There's an explore token here. You may move one space into the explored area. Your second action, please, Ms. Chen, sorry.
Yeah, it's a free action.
Reveal this for free, please.
You may. The street to the east is your only hope of escaping the surrounding darkness. An investigator on the street outside the storefront may reveal. Like most of Innsmouth streets, this one is long, dreary, and unassuming. Placing the street corner 2 tile and the alley 1 tile. And a door. In the distance, you can see a colourful tarpaulins and hear the rabble of a market. There's a sight token here. A small library is down the street. The other door to the diner can be found here. Now, Ms. Chen, your second action, please.
I'm going to go check out the library, but I won't be able to make it there this turn. That is my action.
In due time. Next investigator, please.
I am going to go 1, 2, and open this door.
As you wish. You can see through a window a handful of patrons already in the diner. The diner is grimy, the damp is heavy in the air and visible on the walls. You're not sure you'd eat anything here even if you weren't in imminent peril. Place the diner. And of course remove the corresponding explore tokens. Behind the counter is a weary-looking waitress. As the bell above the door announces your arrival, she looks over quickly and reaches under the counter for something. She scowls when she realizes you're outsiders, but slowly retracts her hand. And returns to wiping the counter. Place a person token as indicated. An investigator may not enter this space while she is here, but may interact with her from an adjacent space, as I believe is the custom in American diners. Most diners, in fact. In the kitchen, a threatening cleaver is embedded in a chopping board. Place the meat cleaver, common item. Two men sit in a booth engaged in a dice game. The people of Innsmouth don't often use money, as such they're wagering their possessions. You might be able to persuade them to let you play, although if you lose and have no items to give, things may get ugly. Place person tokens as indicated. Putrid dishes are piled up on this table. You can't imagine how long they've been there. You could knock them over to distract the woman behind the counter, although if she suspects you did it on purpose, she may take issue. You may move one space into the explored area. Next investigator, please. See, Rita is making her way out. Very well.
You'd have one more space if you wanted.
One,
nope,
two,
that is
three,
the...
4, 5, 6.
Yes, that is the limits of her
that
movement.
was 6?
She began
Oh,
here.
sorry, miscounted.
I mean, I'll take it.
No,
I'm
I
afraid not.
miscounted.
Now, Ms. Stanley and Ms. Pan.
Well, I'm gonna get out of here.
Probably wise.
Yes, very wise.
Sorry, where's the movement score listed?
It's base of 2.
Yes, as a movement action, you may move 2 spaces as default.
Unless you have a bonus thing like Rita's ability or track shoes.
Miss Stanley.
Gotcha. Okay, so then I can move 3 on a single move.
Correct.
Yes.
As you have the track shoes.
And I guess I'll just take another move action. I'll move down at the end of the alley here. 1, 3.
Very well. Would you like to reveal the adjacent area?
Yes, please.
As you wish. At the end of the street, you can see a crowded flea market. The dense crowd fills you with dread, and you hope you won't be slowed down too much. Place the flea market.
I guess there is no door here and here.
I'm afraid not.
No.
Okay.
They're just locked.
Your fears
I
are
think that-
confirmed when you...
This is just a window right here. This is the only fake door.
Excuse me, your fears are confirmed when you see that the market's only exit, which isn't consumed in darkness, is instead blocked by an impenetrable wall of locals who stand transfixed, staring at a man suffering from the infamous Innsmouth condition, standing on top of a stall, chanting at them in an alien language. It will take time to navigate the crowd, as per this interact token. The crowd is blocking the exit and will keep an investigator from moving from this space to the street beyond, even if the adjacent area is revealed. By a stall weighed down with partially rotten fish is a large, robust fish tank, just barely containing an enormous reptilian creature that defies identification. You can't tell if it's on the menu or simply an attraction to lure customers. Its yellow eyes dart over to you as you enter the market. Breaking the glass could cause the distraction you need to disperse the crowd, albeit in place of a new problem. In the corner of the market is a fortune teller's tent. The attendant, an old woman with a crystal ball, gives you the first welcoming smile you've received since you arrived in Innsmouth. She beckons you over. Place a person token. And with that, I believe everyone has moved. So, Mythos phase. The fire spreads out of control. Let's say it moves here. The darkness spreads forwards, consuming the warehouse entirely. Remove the warehouse tile and all tokens and monsters on it. There we are. Having seen the curse in action, you believe that in certain places you could hold it off briefly with your own meager magic. The darkness consumes the storefront, and there is an interact token which can be met from any space containing darkness, in which you may attempt to hold off this sinister force. No investigators have as of yet been consumed. Min T. Pan regards their surroundings in distress. They never heard of magic like this, and it's taking all their willpower not to panic. Min suffers 2 face-down horror. Will negates.
Okay.
It's
Am
not
I?
good.
Hmm. I'm gonna use my reroll one die
Very well.
since I didn't use it this turn.
Just play with this token to remind you have used it this turn. Oh dear.
Well, you can
Darn.
spend a.
Gonna
there you
spend a
go.
clue to have one success.
Meaning
and
you
take
suffer
one
one
horror.
face down horror. And the Mythos phase has now ended, so I'll remove this. There you are. You've got it. So a reminder, investigators, you may stand in a space containing darkness to attempt to hold off your consumption.
I'm sorry, can you say that one more time? What's the action to hold it off?
You have to be in the darkness.
Yes, the darkness
And-
lurks around you like some predatory beast. As an action, you may attempt to hold off the darkness.
Gotcha.
I can try it because I have the matches.
We should just outrun the darkness until it catches up to us and then hold it off. But
I've got the flame.
Okay.
yeah, there's
I-
flame.
That's helpful.
I
Well,
think
then-
it's just a straight up roll, if I can remember correctly.
All right.
Might be 9, but hopes.
I guess I will go follow through with my plan and open up the library.
As you wish. Innsmouth is home to many sinister secrets and consequentially a handful of libraries. Perhaps in this one you could find some way of breaking your curse. The library is small, cramped, and unattended. Many of the books on the lower shelves have been ruined by the town's periodic floods, but there are still a great many in legible condition. Place the library tile. As you would well hope, there are a few libraries in this game. Let's see.
Surprising, there's a library in Innsmouth.
Well, as I said, there are a great many sinister secrets they have to protect.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, and
Well, we've managed to eradicate most of them in America by this point.
Indeed. Now, any one of these tomes could help you with your dilemma. Several research notes are spread across the table, miraculously including a handful on curses. You may move one space into the explored area. And I
Right,
believe you have one movement space remaining. Hold one moment.
1, 2.
I beg your pardon, I was thinking of Miss Stanley. That is the end of your turn, I'm afraid.
Oh yeah, you are right.
Next investigator, please.
Real quick, Rita, are you going to mess with the dishes? If you are, I'd like to go gambling. If you're not, then I'm going to mess with dishes and you can run and get a meat cleaver.
Ms. Young?
I don't know how I feel about that, honestly. I don't think we need the meat cleaver, and I don't think it's worth toppling the dishes store. Do we want to try to talk to any of the people here in the dining room before moving on, or do we just want to get the hell out of here and check out the library?
I think we gotta do one of the two. I personally think messing with the dishes is better because it gives us a chance to get a meat cleaver, and I don't think there's any permanent negative effect that affects us. While gambling with them, we'd have to give away an item if we lose, which I think is a worse option.
Oh no, don't
I've
gamble.
got bandages, and I have 9 health. I'd rather gamble.
Yeah.
No, don't.
Sorry, go ahead.
It's my
Well,
turn. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah,
Well,
Gambling.
Rita's making some
darkness,
questionable life choices.
trying to eat us.
The
I don't think it's
gamblers,
a good idea to gamble.
the gamblers are
I'm
playing
a
a
teenage
simple.
girl. I got nothing going on, and I feel invincible. Come on.
Quite. The gamblers are playing a simple dice game. Without too much difficulty, you could persuade them to let you play. You better have something to offer if you lose, one of them threatens in the hoarse voice of a chain smoker. As an action, you may play.
Sure, doing it.
Very well.
Get
It's a
the
simple.
smoke
Pretty sure
while
it's
you're at
only
it.
the person holding it.
It's a simple game of chance. Ms. Young, please roll 5 dice. I will roll 5 dice on behalf of the local.
Good roll.
And you have won. You have rolled more investigation, more successes even. So, the locals scowl in resentment. They gather their valuables they were wagering and pointedly don't give you any. Instead, they plant the dice they were playing with into your hand. You were done playing anyway. Gain the gambler's dice.
Oh no.
That's
There you
pretty good.
No, don't gamble. It's a bad idea.
Well, it seems it paid off for you today. And I believe you have 2 movement spaces left. There you are. Next investigator.
I'm going to interact with the dishes.
If you knock over these plates, the waitress will likely come and clean them up. However, if she isn't convinced it was an accident, you may get worse than a stern look. You're knocking over the plates as an action. You make a great show of stumbling as you pass the table and throwing the dishes to the floor. Make an influence test.
Very well. That's a pretty good roll.
Excellent.
Nice.
The waitress seethes as she storms over, but doesn't say anything as you repeatedly apologize, and begins picking up the dishes and putting them back on the table. Remove this interact token and move the waitress accordingly. With the waitress distracted, you're free to search the counter and the kitchen. Place a search token as indicated. Your second action, please.
I'll move 1, 2.
You may move
actually,
directly
it's only
across. This is no longer a barrier.
Oh, that is no longer a barrier?
Yes, a
Yep.
dotted line indicates a barrier as such.
I see.
You may now
So
simply
you can
vault
open
over the
cover
counter.
or the sit. Yeah.
Mhm.
Sorry, the dotted line indicates it is or it is not.
A dotted
barrier.
line
Give me
is
just
an
one
impassable
sec.
barrier. Would anyone get to?
Give me a sec. I'm just checking. Sorry, it's just thinking. I will go here.
Excellent. Next investigator, please.
Well, I'm far from everyone. I'm gonna come back here
Very well, and
and
I
I'm
believe
gonna go help search in the library.
that leaves Ms. Stanley.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the library, and I guess the interaction with these tomes is to search them.
Let's see. You don't doubt there are countless tomes here which would be of immense use to you, but time is short.
I'd like to investigate them and research.
Very well. You skim through the books as fast as you can, selecting the first one that looks useful. Gain the medical textbook common item. There you are, and of course remove this search token.
Thank you very much.
Medical textbook allows you to discard a face-down damage from yourself or another investigator within range.
Excellent.
And you may move 1 additional space.
Okay, I'll move further into the library.
Very well. Hopefully the 3 of you are a match for the task to be performed there. The fire has now, of course, been extinguished. The darkness advances hungrily, consuming the storefront. And spreads accordingly.
Yikes.
Ooh.
No investigators have yet been consumed. In the distance you hear a train whistle, no immediate effect.
Can we fight off the darkness again, or is that not an option here?
I'm afraid not. That option will not present itself at all times.
Okay.
That is not good.
Indeed.
Correct me if I'm
We only-
wrong, but does one of you not possess the summoning spell?
That we do.
I do.
Though
Mate.
for the moment, I think I want to get at least one of these two.
Yeah, I think you're there. You might as well get one. Pass the meat cleaver to Rita, I guess, or something.
The one thing is, during my last run, I never got behind the counter, so I'm kind of curious what the search token is, and I feel like we can fight the monsters pretty well with our character set up already.
It's too bad we can't double summon.
Mm-hmm.
I would run back if we could, but
So I think Richard should go first, followed by Diana.
Turns can be taken in whatever order you agree on.
Got it. Thanks.
In cases
I'll
of
move
disagreements,
right here, and I'll search. Or can I look at? Can I see the flavor text for the search token
you
first?
may check to see what the waitress has hidden under the counter.
Okay, I'll check then.
As you wish. It seems the waitress was prepared for troublemakers like you. Gain the shotgun common item.
Oh, that's an even better weapon.
Yeah.
Wow. 6. Oh, boy.
Well, please take the shotgun common item.
I think that's best in the hands of Rita with her agility.
And
oh no, wait, it's the same. Never mind.
You have one additional movement space.
I'll move right here.
Very well. Next, investigator.
Tom should go since he's close to the note.
Okay, let's check out this note.
Very well. It's hard to find any organization method used on the notes, but you'll surely find something useful before long. You learn a fair bit about performing curses and how they work, although nothing specific about the one plaguing you. Gain 2 clues and discard this search token. You make notes of these details. If you ever get an opportunity to break the curse, this will help.
Should we summon Wilson Richards now? I can't remember if the darkness appeared and then immediately consumed.
I'm pretty sure it consumes.
Okay.
Yep.
So
And
yeah,
even if it
definitely
didn't,
that.
it's still better.
So as your second action, would you like to summon Mr. Richards to your position?
If that's what you guys want to do, sure.
I think it's a good idea.
Okay.
Very well. You tear open an aperture in reality, and through he moves. Please flip your summoning spell. Perhaps not all things were meant to be controlled. Please make a law roll. 2 is a success. You have a law of 5, so please click your dice roller 5 times. Please continue to click until you have manifested 5 dice. All at once, if possible. Okay, you have now rolled 2 successes at any rate, so you cannot worry yourself over such trifles. No additional effect.
So you just rapidly click it.
Yes, you continuously click until you have the dice you require.
Okay.
And you can right-click to remove a die. Oh,
Here
wait, no,
is-
that's just with a certain dice roller.
Here is your new summoning spell. The next investigator, please.
Yes, okay.
And then, I'm sorry, how to remove it?
It'll get rid of itself.
No, that was a different dice roller that I was thinking of. Right-clicking just
They
adds
vanish
more
on their
dice.
own, just disregard them.
So I'm sorry. What just happened? Was that a roll for the
Okay, I
spell?
got it. Sorry,
Yeah. Or
I didn't read that before. My bad.
Now,
the top rolls, but one success in investigation, 1 success was for the spell. Everything else was just tests.
Push, and then I finish off my move.
one moment, please. You began here, did you not? Or here?
Yeah. So I begin here, so I can move, and then I can interrupt my move action with something else.
You can, yes.
Which can be a push, if that's okay with Rita.
A push is, of course,
How
an
do you
action in of
push?
itself.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's push is an action. So what you can do with a push is I can move an investigator and myself.
I beg your
have
pardon.
one-
I believe you cannot move with the person you're pushing.
Well, he moves one, interrupts his action, pushes them, and then uses his other move to go into the same spot.
I will
Oh,
double check. I'll end my turn and I'll go with what the archivist says, but I will look up the rules
Yes,
to
feel free.
Yeah.
And now,
I've
Ms.
completely missed the rules for the push action all of this time.
I mean, I don't
Yes.
think it's that big of a deal. It's only used like
Well, yes, give
once
if
or
an
twice per
investigator
scenario.
if an investigator consents, they may allow another to push them one space as an action. If they do not consent, then the pushing investigator must defeat them in a roll of strength dice. In the meantime, Ms. Young and Ms. Pan, you are yet to go.
Well. Hey. 1, 2, 3.
There is a barrier here. You see, you may not move between these two spaces.
Oh yeah, right.
You may move between these two spaces, though.
I mean, it's
Uh-huh.
basically the same action.
1, 2,
Mm.
and then I can break the thing so we can have a room to maneuver.
The creature in the tank bares its teeth as you approach. You don't know what's keeping it from breaking the glass prison itself, but you hope it will be fit enough to cause chaos and clear the market if freed. As an action, you may break the glass.
So guys, do I break the glass?
Yes, I'd say so.
You throw your
Well,
full
then
weight into the glass. Make a strength roll.
Yup. 3. That's not too bad.
I would save your clue.
I'm gonna use my skill.
I used
I'm gonna use a clue to have 2 success.
As you wish. The glass cracks under your impact, and an ominous trickle of water runs down the side. The creature bears a row of terrifying teeth in an almost human-like grin.
Ew.
Ms. Young.
Oh, so I did find the thing. In step 5 of the push action, the monster or chosen investigator moves 1 space towards the chosen space. Then the investigator may move 1 space towards the chosen space. So if Rita had resisted, then I wouldn't be able to move. But since they did, then I can.
Very well. You may continue, yes. So, as I was saying, Ms. Young.
So hang on, what was the result of the lizard? It cracked but not broke?
It is cracked, but it endures for now.
And what's this interact token again?
That's
The crowd is dense, and each investigator will have to carefully make their way through, assuming you intend to traverse the crowd peacefully. Alternatively, you could try to disperse the crowd by force. As an action, you may either navigate the crowd or start a fight.
I got nothing to lose, and I got a mean roundhouse. Let's do this.
Very well, so I assume you'll be starting a fight.
Boot to the head.
It's almost alarming how quickly the crowd becomes violent. You've barely thrown 1 punch when several members of the mob close in on you like a swarm of angry bees. The majority of the crowd steps aside, eagerly to watch the brawl as a mutated local lumbers towards you. Remove the interact token and place a deep 1 hybrid.
Oh.
Your other attackers are less mutated by the Innsmouth condition, although no less sinister. Place a hired gun.
Can I actually do a fight round? Or
Another local approaches, a hand reaching into an inner jacket pocket. Place a second hired gun.
Damn.
You will no longer need the
That
distraction
was not
the
a
creature
good
in the
idea.
tank offers, and
I
releasing
think
it
it
suddenly
was.
seems like an even worse idea. Remove this search token. With the crowd thinning, you begin to catch glimpses of the street beyond the market, which you are now able to explore. A wide, unassuming street stretches further towards the distant sunlight. Place the street 1.
do I still have a action then?
I'm afraid not, no.
I think you have a move.
You may use the remainder of your movement spaces, however, you'll have to pass an evade check.
Nah, I'll hang out and give them hugs.
Yay, hugs.
Wise choice. Hopefully.
I have a request for Diana. Could you push me? That way I'm within shotgun range.
Well, before you have the chance to do that, an unlit torch is mounted to a wall here. An investigator who already has a light source may remove it and light it. A train tracks lie ahead of you, mercifully vacant, but the train will arrive soon. And if you don't get across the tracks before then, the delay could cost you your life. The alley narrows past the tracks, ending in an ancient archway. Place the alley 2. And a door and a wall.
How much health do these guys have when you get a chance?
We do not know.
So I'm afraid there's no way of knowing that until you've fought with them. Your only hope of escaping the darkness is to flee through this archway. A tall bell tower stands in your path. Although its ground floor hasn't yet been consumed by the darkness, it stretches upwards into the void. With a significant enough lead on the darkness behind you, this could be an excellent opportunity to study the darkness up close. Well, and with that, I believe that's everyone, is it not?
No.
No?
Oh, yeah, that was. Never mind, I forgot Diana did directions start.
Well, no. The patrons and waitress give no reaction as they are consumed by the ever-advancing darkness. Remove the diner and street corner too. And of course all accompanying tokens. No investigators have been consumed. You can feel the ground trembling slightly beneath you. For a moment you fear a new sinister consequence of the curse, before you hear the rattling of wheels on tracks and realise it's the train you heard earlier. No immediate effect. As fearful as you've been of the darkness swallowing you, you never considered the ghoulish monstrosities it might produce. Place the ghost as indicated. The ghost moves one space towards the nearest investigator. There are no investigators on that space. The Deep One hybrid attacks the investigator on its space, Ms. Young. The hybrid lifts a jagged piece of glass and rushes forwards, rapidly swiping at your throat and eyes. Suffer 2 face-up damage. Agility +1 negates. Believe you have slightly more agility than that.
One less.
Yes.
No less.
That is 1 success and 2 investigations, if I count correctly. You may spend 1 clue token or use your gambler's dice.
Yeah, I'll gamble it.
Very well, please roll 4 additional dice. Please roll 4 additional dice. Oh my.
That was unfortunate.
I've seen gambling has not been the correct choice this time. You are negating 2 face-up damage. Do you only wish to spend 1 clue token? Ms. Young.
That's unfortunate. I misread what that does, but that's fine.
Very well. You have spent 2 clue tokens and negated the damage. The hired gun moves towards the nearest investigator and attacks. Ms. Young, with a roar, the lout bull rushes you. Make a strength roll, please. 2 is a success.
This is odd. I only see a black card here.
It's fine. It's just the back of it.
Very well. You've spent your clue token to make it a success. Okay. You meet the charge head on and shove the musclehead away. The third hired gun moves to be within range of as many investigators as possible, which of course it already is, then attacks the investigator in range with the most items. So which of our primary coloured investigators is that? Unfortunately,
Rita again.
it is once
Yep.
again
Yeah.
Miss Young. You try to run for cover from the barrage of gunfire, but the things you are carrying slow you down. Suffer 3 face-down damage. Agility negates. Oh dear. 2 face-down damage, I'm afraid. And since you suffered 1 or more damage, you must drop 1 random item. First of all, though, please suffer 2 face-down damage.
I'll get rid of the damage.
Thank you. Oh dear. There go your gambler's dice. It may, however, be picked up again. And now a horror check. And let's see, the ghost has the highest horror rating, so all investigators in the market must resolve the following check. The spirit coughs and stumbles about. "Someone open the door," it wheezes. "Let me out!" The spirit is slowly overtaken by fire. You can feel your own flesh begin to grow hot. Ms. Young, Ms. Chen, Ms. Pan, please make a will roll. 2 is a success. Ms. Young, a will roll, please.
Only 1 success.
Oh.
What are the consequences for failing?
I'm afraid
We
you
don't
will
know.
not find out until you've resolved.
All right.
Very well. Ms. Chen and Ms. Young have passed. They remind themselves that none of this is real. Ms. Pan, however, I'm afraid, the fire becomes real. Place fire in your space, then suffer 1 face down damage and 1 face up horror.
This is not a good start.
Kleptomania.
I'll figure this woman
You don't
out as
understand why
ultimate
you need to keep
monsters.
stealing things, but you cannot help yourself. Whenever you end your turn in a space with another investigator, take 1 item at random from another investigator in your space. Oh my.
Eee. I must avoid being with the same space of other.
Indeed. Bearing that in mind, it is now the investigator phase once more. I forgot to say, the darkness has of course spread to the library.
Okay, now I guess that if we want to go here, we have to pass through here and invade
here.
everyone. Oh
So
boy.
I think Diana should go first. Push.
For
Sorry.
for evading, you only have to evade 1 if you're all 3 in the stack. I'm pretty sure.
Yes, you must evade the most
Right.
alert monster in your space, which is the
Okay.
Deep One hybrid.
Mhm. But yeah, if Diana's willing to push me 1 space, so I can get within shotgun range of the Deep One hybrid, that'd be nice.
You will be within range whether or not you're pushed. You'll need to move on your
I
own
do
anyway.
not think so, because it's within
You will have to move.
within more than 1 space away.
He will be within range,
Mm,
because range is 3 spaces in this game. However, it's still a good strategy to get
not
pushed.
for shotgun.
Yes,
okay.
of course.
Once
Shotgun has a very
more than 1 space
finite
away.
range.
Yes.
That's why it's so good.
Okay, I can do that. The other option that I was thinking of is I could summon the ghost to me and then move out just to, make the ghost not be in everyone's way.
I think
Actually, like that.
That'll instantly kill the ghost, because the ghost will disappear probably.
the problem with that is I'll have to spend both of my move actions to get out, and that'll leave this horde to just attack Rita over and over. And I don't think
No, I'm gonna run.
Realistically, you are going to use your shotgun to maybe kill 1 enemy.
I
And-
can't use my shotgun unless you push me.
No. But here's what I'm saying. So if she pushes you, you will use your shotgun to maybe kill 1 enemy, or Diana. You can both run, and Diana will summon the ghost, and the ghost will definitely die. So we can maybe kill 1 enemy, or definitely remove the ghost.
I mean, assuming I don't screw up the spell.
Assuming she doesn't screw up the spell. I'm not even sure if you can screw up the spell so it fails. The only problem with this plan is that both of you will need to make an evade check.
Mm-hmm.
No, only she would if I moved first.
Yeah. Oh, well, Diana would need to make an evade check, and if she fails, she's pretty much dead.
Well, I won't even be able to get there because I'll use one action to summon the ghost and one to move to there.
Yes, but if you fail your evade, then you're consumed by the darkness.
Is that a loss in time and space, or is that a we just?
It's not a loss.
Because I'll have to evade the ghost if I summon it.
I still think that having us move.
So it depends. It depends if we think Diana, if we want to risk Diana evading or not. If we don't want to risk it, then the shotgun's a better plan. If we think Diana will be fine with her 3 clues and her agility, then summoning the ghost would probably remove more monsters.
The thing is if we get me push, I can probably take out the deep one hybrid with one blow, or at least get super close to it, and then Rita can probably take out the hired guns, or at least get close. With summoning plan, there's a lot of things that could go wrong. Rita could
let's
get killed.
not do the summon plan. Let's do the push plan because it is reliably safe. Then I will burst through and start tackling the ghost.
Okay, I'm good with that because I think with also the push plan, we're more likely to take health damage, and we can deal. I can treat that as opposed to the horror. So okay.
Well then, that's been settled. Please, your first investigator, please.
So I'll lead off with pushing Wilson.
Can you move as well?
Yeah.
Apparently so. And
Do you actually have 1, 2?
Do you remember that?
One more movement.
Yes, Miss Stanley has the track shoes.
Wait, I'm sorry. When I push, I get to move a square.
Yes,
You
but
get to
with
push if the target. You may move 1 square, or you can stay in your original square.
which leaves you here, and with the track shoes, you may move 3 additional spaces.
Yeah.
So
you have 1 more movement if you want.
So should I go to where Lily is, or should I go in the big scrum of people?
I would say Lily.
Yeah, maybe this next turn you can talk to. I was going to talk to this lady, but it looks like I'm going to have to maybe fight.
I do not think talking to a lady will be beneficial at this point.
Very well. Next investigator, please.
Wilson?
Yep. 1, 2, and I'm using a shotgun on Deep One Hybrid.
As you wish, attacking with a firearm. You empty a weapon at the figure's center of mass. An agility roll, please. 2 is a success.
Perfect.
Just about. Several shots catch your foe in the chest and it staggers backwards. The monster suffers damage equal to the weapon's damage, for a total of 6 damage. And I'm happy to say the Deep One Hybrid did not survive.
Nice.
Rita will start punching things in the head.
Very well. Well, you have an unmarked and a red marked hired gun.
Red.
Attacking unarmed. You lunge at your foe's legs in an attempt to tackle. A strength roll, please, Ms. Young. 2 is a success. Success. You catch your enemy off balance and the weight of your body carries it to the ground hard. The monster suffers damage equal to your test result plus 1 for a total of 3 damage, which I'm sorry to say is not enough to defeat this foe.
Well, while it's on the ground, I'm just going to pummel it. Let's do this again.
I'm afraid not. You've already... Oh, no, I beg your pardon. You did start in that space, didn't you? Yes, attacking the red deep hired gun once more. You dance in and out of your opponent's reach with your heart in your throat, throwing jab after jab. An agility roll, please, plus 1. Three, which is the total damage dealt, which, as it happens, is enough. The hired gun dies. Next investigator, please.
I'll go. I will attempt to move here and then go punch the ghost, but I'll have to do an evade check first.
You will, of course, yes. You're evading the hired gun. Knowing you just need a momentary distraction, you ask the hired gun to solve a riddle. A law check, please. 2 is a success.
Oh, damn. 1, 2, 3.
You may re-roll these dice.
Nice.
Seems no need. You leave the fool mumbling about 2 coins that are not a quarter. And you may continue. And then I assume you choose to punch the incorporeal foe.
Yes, I do.
An interesting choice. Let's hope it works.
I mean, what else do we have? Guns?
Supposing that your fists will do nothing, you attempt to reason with the apparition, pointing out that its continued presence is only causing undue pain. Make an influence roll +1.
Not
Yes.
bad.
The monster suffers damage equal to your test result, and it suffers 2 additional damage as per Ms. Chen's ability, for a total of 4 damage. The Spectre dies a very long time ago and is still active now, unfortunately. Little joke there, investigators. Who will go next?
Oh, darn. I'm gonna try to extinguish the fire in my space.
Very well, I believe that's an agility roll.
I think the fire will... Oh, sure.
Success.
I'm gonna use my skill.
There is...
I'm pretty sure 1's a success.
Yes, you have passed.
1 success per fire.
Oh yes, once it's a success. Okay.
1 success per fire.
Well then I will extinguish my fire.
Very well, and your second action?
I'm stuck here because if I go on any other space, I'm gonna have to steal an item, and I don't want to steal items from my partners. So I'm quite stuck. Where am I?
I mean,
Actually,
actually,
from me.
you
Give me a hand.
steal from me if you want. Well, I guess shotgun would be bad to lose, but giving you the journal would probably be best.
What a very accommodating group.
It has a 2 in 3 chance of working out. The automatic or the journal wouldn't be bad.
Okay, I will go there then.
Let's hope for the best.
Worst case, we can always trade
Very
in
well.
the next turn.
Please take a random item. Not the journal, it seems.
She has
Oh,
equal
dear.
agility to you, though, so that's not terrible.
Yeah, I guess.
Indeed.
But sometimes it might be strength. I don't know.
Well then, who is
But that's
left? I believe Miss Stanley is yet to perform.
No, I think I went first this round.
She punched.
Yes, of course he did. Is that everyone then? I will take your silence as a yes. The library vanishes, and with it a supply of knowledge on the curse. Hopefully you didn't miss anything crucial. Remove the library and the alley 1. And as you can imagine, the darkness continues in your direction. At this point, an investigator may once again attempt to hold off the darkness. Although you can't see the train through the darkness, the rattling on the tracks increases in volume, and you can tell it's almost upon you. The idea of the enormous mass of metal being able to blindside you riddles you with anxiety. Each investigator suffers 2 face-down horror. Observation negates. This is everyone, please. An observation roll to negate 2 face-down horror.
I'm good.
This one is too much. 1 success.
I had 2 successes, so then I'm good.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
I trust that's all been resolved. Please remember to keep your sliders updated. The hired gun moves to be within range of as many investigators as possible. It is currently within range of all investigators and attacks whomever in range has the lowest agility. So let's see, 4, 4, 4, 4, and 4. Unbelievable, a 5-way tie. So, whoever... Well, everyone please draw a playing card. Whoever draws the ace will be attacked.
Oh, okay.
And it is Ms. Stanley.
Amazing.
Smirking, your foe loudly cocks a gun and aims for your chest. A lore roll, please, Ms. Stanley. 1 is a success.
A lore roll. Okay. We like that.
Success. You pass. You feint left, dodge right, fooling the brute into aiming wide. The ghost moves 1 space to be within range of as many investigators as possible. The ghost is also within range of everyone and attacks each investigator.
Oh, that's not good.
The spirit slips its fingers into a split in reality, peeling it apart. An invisible force rips at your flesh, pulling you in. Each investigator, please make a strength roll. 2 is a success.
Oh, darn. I'm gonna use my ability.
I failed.
Oh, good.
Well, it seems Mr. Richards and Ms. Young have both passed, so you cling to your surroundings, able to resist being pulled through the rift. Those of you who failed are pulled towards the gap in reality and move 1 space towards the spirit.
That's actually kind of good.
I'm going to do it, but just for future reference, when I use the clue, that lets me re-roll all the dice or 1 die, or what's...
It gives 1 clue die.
A clue token converts an investigation roll to a success roll.
Gotcha, okay.
Now, as I was saying, investigators who end their turn in the spirit space suffer 1 face-down damage. So Ms. Chen, 1 face-down damage.
What was the other consequence for failing the ghost roll?
Moving 1 space towards the ghost.
Oh, okay.
I have a question for you, Arcturus.
Yes.
Since I have moved into the space of somebody else, do I steal another item?
No, as this is not the end of your turn.
Okay.
Now, everyone, a horror check against the ghost. The spirit cries out in terror. The walls are closing! Looking around, you realise the room has indeed grown smaller. The room of the outdoor market, I suppose. Everyone, please roll a will check -1 to negate 2 face-up horror.
That's good. And by good, I mean obscenely bad.
So this is 2 face-up horror. Yes, Rita Young, well done.
Oh my goodness. Best card.
Ms. Stanley, I believe you suffered 1 face-up horror.
Yes. There we go.
This card's right here.
Yes.
I have regression, by the way, which is discard 1 improvement and then discard.
Wonderful.
Okay. Nothing.
Okay, I got a minor shock, so nothing else.
Yeah, same here.
And mediocrity, I cannot improve any skill.
Oh dear.
That's not too bad.
Well, assuming that has been
I'm
resolved.
almost insane.
It would never matter what you do, because people like you can never become heroes.
How unfortunate.
Well
then, on that rather dreary note, it is now the investigator phase once more.
I think Ben should go first, I guess.
Yeah.
Shoot that guy, huh?
Yeah, shoot a hard gun. I'll try to take out the ghost and slow down the darkness.
I will. I
can kill the ghost with the flame. I don't know if would the flame be good at with killing the ghost.
The Azure Flame, you mean?
Yeah.
The problem is, we want you on the other side of the tracks right now, so we need your turn entirely just crossing the tracks. Because you're the only one that can pull us over. Because let's just say getting across those tracks is a last-ditch effort at best.
Okay.
need to get out of the
What do you
market,
mean?
that's for sure.
Yeah.
So, who would like to go first then?
I'm sorry, I want to understand what he meant about getting over the tracks.
After X amount of turns, I forget what it is, but I'm pretty sure it's this turn, there's a train that comes across, and the roll to jump across is like a 3 or 4 agility to succeed. So it's very hard, unless you have a spell.
Oh, so you're using metagame knowledge the rest of us don't have. Got it.
I'm
So you're
sorry,
tapping in some eldritch abilities
I didn't
there.
want it to sound like I was metagaming.
No, I mean, I don't know.
I wasn't trying to be harsh on you. I was just not understanding where you were.
Yeah, okay.
Well, you do know there is a train
Some people
approaching,
don't
so...
like metagaming, so I try to stray from it. Just, we've been having really awful luck with this scenario.
I'm going to break through. Let's do an evade check.
Alright, very well. Attempting an evade check against the...
Would it not be better for us to kill them instead of having to try and evade?
No, why would it be? That room is going to disappear at the end of this round.
Not if someone stops the darkness from approaching. My thoughts is I can take a shot at the ghost, and then
Not from where you are now, you can't.
Yes, I can. I'm not the one with shotgun.
What were you planning on shooting? Oh, yes, of course, the .25 automatic.
Mm-hmm.
I think what should happen, Diana should try and interact, because she's got the most movement, besides Rita. Wilson should shoot the ghost and then move, regardless of whether he passes or fails. Min can shoot the hired gun or the ghost, if they're alive, and the rest of us will just try and roll.
Well, the problem with this, if Diana interacts, she won't have enough movement to get across the tracks this turn, and I think that's very bad.
Alright, so then...
I don't see it that way. She has 3 move, right?
Yes, she can get to the tracks, not past the tracks.
Alright, so how about this then? Min goes first, shoots her shotgun once, and then oh wait, she can't interact and move in case we fail the interact.
No.
So,
Yeah,
go ahead.
I was thinking I shoot the ghost and then I interact. The darkness consuming you is not an immediate loss, so while it may not happen, if it does happen, it's not the end of the world. And someone else, whoever has the shotgun, shoots a hired gun and runs over here. And then everyone else follows.
How about this? Min interacts, and then if she passes, she shoots someone, and if she fails, she starts running out of the darkness. If she fails, Wilson starts running out of the darkness.
Do you remember that interacting while on a space with a monster will require an evade check?
Yeah, but...
And if you fail, you're still in the darkness.
What does the interaction do?
It tries to slow the darkness. If you guys are fine with it, last I remember, it's a one shot at it. So whoever interacts, I think it's a will or influence, one of the two.
Do you think a light source would help with that?
No, I think it's just a straight up
It
roll.
would allow you to spend clue tokens.
Yeah, I think the... Oh, one more thing. I forgot to get my focus on the thing. So I can just change all of my investigation rolls into successes.
Well, perhaps someone could try something. Who would like to go first, please?
I would like to go first if that is fine.
Please do.
I will take a shot at the ghost.
As you wish. Attacking the ghost with a firearm. As the barrel of your gun passes across the creature, it shows no fear, and you direct your weapon at the environment. However, you feel the spirit's attention focus. Please make an observation roll. 2 is a success.
I will use my gun's ability to convert this into a success.
Excellent. You pass. You identify an item the creature holds dear and open fire. The monster suffers 2 damage and plights you no further.
Nice.
Back to whatever dark realm spewed it. Your second action, please, Mr. Richards.
I would like to interact with the darkness.
The darkness lurks around you like some predatory beast. As an action, you may attempt to hold off the darkness.
I would like to do that.
You direct your palms at the darkness as though commanding it to stop. A lore roll, please.
Oh, right, lore. Oops.
1. You manifest some energy, but not yet enough.
Okay, so it's a total barrier, I'm assuming. Which is actually really good.
That means everyone except for Diana can make an attempt, I guess.
Everyone but Diana and Lily, since she is not in the darkness. But yes.
Well,
Next investigator, please.
it doesn't make sense for me to go back, so I'm just gonna run forward to the next thing.
Yeah, that's probably the smart, having 2 people on this side.
Very well. Next investigator, please.
Well, I'm gonna shoot the hired gun.
Very well. You level your weapon, warning your foe to back down. It pays no heed and moves to attack, forcing you to open fire. A will check, please. 2 is a success.
Will, darn.
Jeez, that's unfortunate.
Oh dear.
Um,
Your shots serve as a
use my
warning, but
That won't do anything anyway.
Ah, darn.
yeah.
but inflict no damage. Your second action, please, Ms. Pan.
I will
Shooting.
try to shoot him again.
Attacking with
Whoops.
a firearm. It's so much
You did
easier.
not know roll yet.
Yeah.
Yes, disregard
sorry.
that. It's so much easier to shoot the enemy from a comfortable distance than to engage in unseemly fisticuffs. An agility roll, please. 2 is a success.
Much better.
Let's hope this is better.
Oh my god.
Oh my. Given
That's
the
not good.
futility of your earlier attempt, I will allow you to use your ability again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm,
You're
Not
reminded
my day.
that sometimes guns miss. Next investigator, please.
Right.
Oh, I beg your pardon.
So I punched him.
1 moment, please. Ms. Pan, you have ended your turn. Please steal 1 item at random from another investigator.
Darn.
I would not risk it on Diana because she needs those shoes.
Yeah, so it's gotta be, I would say, Rita.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sorry, Rita.
Even though both of those are useful to her, like, they're
not the biggest problems to not have.
You've stolen the
I'm
holy
good, don't worry
water.
about it.
That is actually a really good trade.
As I was saying, next investigator, please.
Oh. This is
So what do y'all think? Should I try to punch him and then see about holding off some more darkness, or should I just go straight for the darkness?
I would say punch him and then try darkness.
Is he injured yet?
Yes.
He has
Yes.
suffered. No, I beg your pardon. No, he's
No.
not injured.
No,
Oh,
he
he's
is
not.
not.
Oh, okay. Where's the other one?
Do not want. Who else has action still on this tile then?
I believe it's
Diana.
only Diana and Rita left.
Well, crap. And what's the check? Is it lore? Do we know?
For the darkness,
lore.
yes.
Or that was the last one. It could have changed.
It,
Alright,
Rita?
I'm gonna punch once.
I have
well.
an idea. Rita could do
Yeah.
a trade action, take back our gambler dice, and take the shotgun from me, and then shoot the hired gun.
The problem with that is that we can't hold back the
Sure.
thing unless Diana stays back, and I do not think that is worth it.
Well then,
here's another option, and it may not be the best option, but Rita could push herself and Diana, and they could both make it across the railroad.
you would still have to pass an evade check.
That would send 2 of us lost in space, I think.
Yes, that is why I'm said it's probably not the best option, but it is an option.
I can see why that would be good, though, because if we get lost in space, we might reappear on the
I'm
other
gonna
side.
evade the trade.
If somebody pushes me, then I can run across with one action and summon with another action.
Actually, here's no, because I do.
So the other thing we could do is Rita can push Min and herself, and then run across, and then Diana can just run across without summoning.
You know what else would be?
And that saves everyone except for Wilson.
One more thing that we could technically do is have Rita push Diana, and then have Rita interact with the darkness, trying to save all three of us.
There are many excellent options. Could I please ask you to settle on one of them?
I already did it. People were listening. I'm going to go ahead and do the trade action.
Very well.
Very well. An evade check against the hired gun. When faced with a problem, the best thing you can do is make a plan. A law roll, please. 2 is a success. Excellent. A plan to slip by your foe works to perfection. And you are taking the gambler's dice. Anything else?
The shotgun?
I think you should probably take everything because she'll, randomly steal from you anyways.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. If you don't mind, I'll take the matches and holy water as well.
Well, I would like to
Maybe
something.
Leave her with the matches.
Sure.
Very well. Please take the holy water. And your second action, please, Ms. Young.
I'm going to show this hired gun what a real gun looks like.
Very well. You level your weapon, warning your foe to back down. It pays no heed and moves to attack, forcing you to open fire. A will roll, please. 2 is a success. You pass. You quickly prove the veracity of your threat, as lead stops your enemies in its tracks. The monster suffers damage equal to the weapon's damage plus your test results, and it dies.
Definitely overkill.
Headshot.
Fine med missed.
Now, Ms. Stanley.
Okay. I guess I'm just running for it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wait. No, you're trying to close the gate, right?
Well,
or hold off
the problem with that is it will just leave so many of us on this side of the street.
Yeah, I thought the plan was for me to get across the tracks.
Then 3 of us are going to be lost in time and space.
I feel like that is better than the alternative of us. Well,
I'm going to hand this into Ms. Stanley's actions and ask them to please settle on it themselves. Ms. Stanley, what do you choose?
I'm going to go with the original plan to try and get across, I think.
Very well, as you wish. And with that, we have reached our next mythos phase.
If it's not too late, I'd like to propose an alternative plan.
I'm afraid it is now far too late. Not one person in the market seems to notice the darkness as it devours them. Remove the market tile and all tokens and monsters on it. And move darkness as indicated. And investigators have now been consumed. Darkness collapses around the investigators, swallowing them like some ravenous beast. All consumed investigators become lost in time and space. The void groans hungrily, and you can feel power surging from it as though it has begun to crave flesh. The next investigators to get consumed will not get off so easily. So, you are now lost in time and space, which means as an action, you may attempt to find your way back to the board. And once again, investigators have the option to hold off the darkness should they choose. The train thunders down the tracks. Place the engine cabin tile as indicated. Any investigators on the tracks dive frantically out of its path. When the train is passing, treat adjacent spaces as being adjacent to each other, although they cannot be traversed with a move action. And because it is going through the city, the train has slowed down somewhat. It would be risky, but as an absolute last resort, investigators may attempt to jump between the carriages. Not that I expect you will. As the train rattles past, the carriages blur together. As you have trouble focusing on any one of them, you soon realise it's no trick of perspective, though, as the rift opens and a creature stumbles out and falls to the floor. You've seen creatures like this before. You didn't know they could be captured or wounded, but if you were to assume, it seems as though it just escaped violent captivity on the train. Place a dimensional shambler.
Question.
Yes.
Do we know what would have happened? Did it give a text of what would have happened to people on the railroad tracks?
Yes, they would have been hit by a train.
Okay.
The dimensional shambler moves up to be 2 spaces to be adjacent to the nearest investigator. Then attacks the investigator in its space to be adjacent to the nearest investigator, then attacks the investigator in its space. That's very confusingly worded. I assume it attacks the adjacent investigator with the lowest influence. Which is to say, that is a tie. So once again, please turn your attention to the playing cards. Ms. Stanley and Ms. Chen, please draw a card. Whoever draws the lower card will be attacked. Ms. Stanley, you dodge away from the dimensional shambler's grasp, only to realise it was never aiming for you in the first place. The air beside you hisses and crackles as the dimensional shambler's sharp claws rip through it, revealing a dimension you have not seen before. Place a rift in your space. And now a horror check. Gripping hypnotism of the dimensional shambler tugs at your consciousness. A lore check, please, Ms. Chen and Ms. Stanley. 3 is a success.
Probably failing this one. Yeah, only 2.
Oh dear. Ms. Stanley, you may spend your clue tokens.
Yeah.
Nope.
I'll just take the consequences.
As you wish. You succumb to its control and lose your grip on reality and your possession. Suffer 2 face-up horror and drop 1 item of your choice.
Okay. So I only take 1 horror because of my ability, correct?
If you would suffer 2 or more horror, suffer 1 fewer, correct.
Okay.
Also, I do not think spells are droppable unless
No.
They are not items. They are droppable, however.
Or yeah, they're not items.
Yeah.
Is there a mesmerized effect? There we go.
And Ms. Chen, have you suffered 2 face-up horror?
I have not. Let me do that now.
Okay.
Minor shock. And coward fear. Become stunned.
Oh
Then
dear.
discard this card.
There you are.
So I have to lose an item. Do you guys actually lose the medical textbook or the flame?
Medical textbook.
The
It
Azure
has to be
Flame
medical textbook
is
or
not
trash
item.
shoes.
Okay.
I would say textbook, yeah.
Alright. Where do I discard this? Just
You do not
It's
discard it, you've
dropped.
dropped it in your space.
drop. Okay.
And Ms. Chen, your item? Ms. Chen. Lily Chen.
Oh, I have to.
You
I
drop
have to
it
drop
in.
an item. Okay. Sure. I don't think this is going to be useful for me anyways, because the next one sounds like it's going to kill us.
Very well. Which leads us swiftly along to our next investigator phase. A reminder, investigators, no action may be performed on this space without immediately becoming lost in time and space afterwards. The rift may be
Is that what the
closed.
rift does?
The rift may be closed with a lore check.
Yeah, there's a river.
I'll probably trade that out. I didn't know that's what rifts did.
Yeah, can you close that rift, actually?
I only have 1 action. I will attempt to close the rift.
Very well, a lore check, please.
I don't have the greatest lore. 3.
Wow.
Success, the rift is closed.
Cool.
Next investigator, please. You are, of course, no longer stunned.
I will recover from lost in time and space.
Very well, please flip your lost in time and space card. Yuggoth. The terraced black stone towers of this world are hard to maneuver around. An agility roll, please.
That's not bad.
Oh dear.
Gambler's dice.
Yes, you may use Gambler's dice to roll an additional 3 dice. Rita Young, would you like to use your Gambler's dice?
Yeah.
3 dice then, please. And
Hey,
gambling
nice.
pays off. You pass, stumbling only occasionally, suffer 1 face-down damage, and place your investigator figure in any explored space. Your second action, please.
So I punched him.
As I imagine you would. The creature shrugs off your initial attacks, and you look for any vital area that might allow you to hurt it. An observation roll, please, Ms. Young. 2 is a success. Success! You seem to find one as your next strike causes the creature to shrink away from you. The monster suffers 2 damage. It lives. Next,
Why
investigator.
didn't you use the shotgun?
Yeah, I was going to say you had shotgun.
I actually forgot I had a shotgun.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Oh, unfortunate. Next investigator,
Do we
please.
want to redo that?
We already applied the damage.
Next investigator, please.
Am I allowed to read the journal while I'm lost in time and space?
I don't see why not.
I'll read the journal then.
Very well. The journal tells of Blight's dealings over the past weeks. An investigator may spend an action to read it.
I read.
Actually, I'm sorry, no, that can't be done. Lost in time and space specifies that you can't do other actions.
Oh, it says that? Okay. Then if it does say that, I'll just try escape lost in time and space.
Cannot perform other actions. So it does. I've already clicked the action, but I'll just memorize that for when you do wish to read it. Actually, just one moment. Let's take a screenshot of this.
Sorry to be that guy.
It's fine. I was just worried because if I fail it and I get placed in the darkness, that'd be very bad. So I was thinking of just winging out, but this way it's probably better to escape it.
Good to be well informed. Yes, so I assume instead you would like to attempt to escape Lost in Time and Space.
Yes, I would.
Well then, please flip your Lost in Time and Space card. The past. You recall an anomaly in this time period and try to access it safely. A lore roll, please. Perfect roll will, of course, be required. You are
I'll
not
spend my 1 clue.
in darkness, so you pass. The anomaly has a price. You suffer 1 face-down damage and return yourself to Innsmouth.
Many explored.
Any explored space, yes.
I'll move to here. And I will shoot the Dimensional Shambler.
As you wish. In your haste to draw a weapon, you fumble it and it clatters to the ground. You scramble to retrieve it in time. An agility roll, please. 2 is a success.
I wish to use my focus.
Very well. You dive for the firearm, roll onto your back, and open fire from your position on the ground. The monster suffers damage equal to the weapon's damage, putting it up to 4 damage. It lives.
That's unfortunate.
Next investigator, please.
I'll try to come back from Lost in Time and Space.
Please flip your card.
Go first, and then I can explore more, so then you could come back to further along.
I feel like we need someone to kill a Dimensional Shambler now, otherwise it could get bad. But
Make more rifts.
So?
Go for
You
it.
want to go first?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
No, you go. Please go ahead. It was just an idea.
Very
Okay.
well, Ms. Pan has found herself in the future. The people of this era claim to have small devices that can guide you and influence roll, please. I believe those devices are called smartphones. I don't know what they are, though. You pass. You convince them to help, but are horrified by the breadth of knowledge they command. Suffer one face-down horror and return yourself to the board.
Whoops.
Yes, it seems Ms. Pan is but a sanity card away from madness.
So,
Why she only has 3 sanity cards though?
She has 6 madness cards.
This is stacked.
Oh, that's stacked. Dang.
Your
so my
second
turn to try
action.
to punch the dimensional shambler.
Punching the shambler. You leap into the air and kick your legs out towards the beast. An agility roll, please. 2 is a success.
Darn. Gonna use my ability again.
Oh dear. The creature dodges, and with your legs committed to the attack, you land on the ground, suffering 1 face-down damage. Ms. Chen.
Yes.
Oh, I finished my turn, so I must steal from someone.
From Rita,
Who's
yes.
on my spot?
What would you like?
Oh yes, there's just Rita.
Yeah, it's just Rita, I think. No, Rita went and she forgot her shotgun. I closed the rift. It's Diana,
Rita is now being
It's
is being stolen from at this moment.
Oh, okay.
But yes, Diana still has a move. Oh. Oh well.
Oh dear.
Could have been worse.
So,
No.
shall Diana just continue onwards, or do you want me to go and try and do you want to try and kill the dimensional shambler?
I would say move forward and then as you're flaying the dimensional shambler.
As I'm what?
Ranged is a range of 3, so if you move through this, you'll be right here, and it's 2, so you can shoot it with the Azure Flame.
But we don't know if there's going to be a door here, so I think she should go...
It's a white spot instead of a door right here, so we actually know this is not a room.
Do we know what tile's going to be placed there, though?
It will be ranged, because this is a white line instead of the doorway.
Okay.
That's
how the rules go, then sure.
I'd like to explore.
Very well. The street beyond this archway leads to a wealthier part of town. Not that that's much interest to you. More importantly, it's your only path away from the darkness. Beyond the archway, the street continues. Place the street corner and street corner 3 as indicated.
And exploring is a separate action, correct?
Yes, it's an action.
Correct. And I'm afraid your hubris may have been your undoing here, as there is in fact a wall on the other side of this explore token.
Yeah.
Oh.
It would have been the same thing to shoot first and then move, but we'll risk
I did not realize
The street leads to an elaborate courtyard crowned with an exquisite fountain. Place the town square.
Alright, just move forward, I think, Diana.
You can scarcely believe your ill fortune. Beyond the courtyard is a manor which stretches left and right into the darkness. Your only hope of escape is to go directly through the residence. A small girl sits on the edge of the fountain. Based on her fine clothes and casual demeanor, you assume she lives in the mansion. Let's see. Not far away is a withered and decaying human corpse, a more common sight than you're comfortable with in the sinister town. You race through the archway carelessly, move your investigator into the explored area. In your fearful haste, it seems you've fallen for the same deceptive ploy a second time. Looking down, you cry out in equal parts horror and frustration as a second spell circle activates, this one casting bands of light upwards which quickly restrain you, holding you in place. It seems Blight planned contingencies against the unlikely situation in which a victim escaped his initial curse. The investigator may not leave this space under any condition until the binding spell is broken. There's an interact token as indicated. Ms. Stanley, your second action, please. I suggest you interact with that token.
Right, and I'm not able to shoot back through the door?
I'm afraid not.
No.
No, okay. Alright, then, yep, let's interact with the...
Very well. The investigator who activated the trap cannot leave this space, but any investigator may attempt to break it. You're breaking the trap as an action. The bindings seem almost indestructible. An investigator less inclined in the arcane arts might choose to break them by force. You may make either a law or a strength roll.
Okay, lore it is. 2, 3, 4, 5.
That is 2, unless you choose to spend 1 or more clue tokens.
I don't have any way of... What do you guys think? Should I...
I think it's not going to be more than a free, but it could be free.
I'll spend a clue and... 3 successes.
Very well. You're confident that your attack chips away at the spell's integrity, but it shows no sign of damage yet.
Okay,
Now,
and then I'm mesmerized, so at the end of my turn, an alien will takes control. Flip this card.
Correct.
Doesn't really do anything. Oh, no.
Knowledge has roots in dark and dangerous practices. You must consider which risks are worth taking. Suffer 1 face-down horror or drop a spell. You certainly have options.
I'll take the horror.
Now, is that everyone?
Yep.
Very well then. The darkness spreads over the train tracks, consuming the streets behind it. Removing these streets and placing darkness as indicated, yes. And let's put these on the top here, since these are rather crowded tiles.
Oh.
The train continues to thunder down the track out of and back into the darkness. It's impossible to tell how many carriages are left. Wilson Richards gets careless in their desperate escape and trips on Innsmouth's poorly maintained street. Mr. Richards, an agility roll, please. 1 is a success.
Why him?
Success. You stumble only slightly and are soon back on your feet. Just as you thought you'd reached some measure of shelter, something descends upon you from the darkness above. Place a hunting horror as indicated. The dimensional shambler moves up to 2 spaces towards the nearest investigator, then attacks whomever in its space has suffered the least damage. Let's see, Ms. Pan has suffered 2. Ms. Young has suffered 3. So, Ms. Pan, your foe appears to mumble in an incoherent tongue. A lore roll, please. Unfortunately, a perfect roll will be required.
Ay.
Lore of 3, I believe.
Oh, sorry. So 4.
An imperfect roll, indeed. A mysterious force
Yikes.
drags you out of this reality and into a grey, oozing plane. Suffer 1 face-up damage and become lost in time and space.
At least you can move forward really quick.
Yeah.
I mean, there is that, yeah.
And now now the hunting horror moves 3 spaces towards investigators within range with the highest influence. And yes, there is an investigator within range. And it attacks. Leaping into the air, the horror lands heavily upon you with teeth and claws flashing. Miss Stanley suffers 2 face-up damage. Strength -1 negates. You're negating 2 face-up damage. There you are.
You can spend a clue to completely negate that if you want, but
no.
Very well. The damage. You have been knocked loose, become lost in time and space. However, you of course do not become lost in time and space as you are bound to your current space. You do, however, discard the card.
Oh, nice.
And now a horror check against the most fearsome monster, which is the hunting horror, applying to everyone except Ms. Pan, who has fortuitously escaped this dimension.
Is that not in range? Otherwise, she could have cast spell.
Correct, yes.
Yeah.
So a skill, I beg your pardon, a horror check against the Shambler for Ms. Young, Ms. Richards, Mr. Richards, and Ms. Chen. You feel your feet slowly bringing you towards the creature, though you definitely do not remember willing them to. You may be able to regain control over your legs. Suffer 3 face-down horror will negates.
My favorite. Wow. You're perfect.
Oh, wow.
Face down horror?
Correct, yes. Who else? Ms. Chen, have you made your will roll?
Oh, I thought we were doing
No.
hunting horror first.
We were doing dimensional.
Okay,
Negated. Well then, Mr. Richards and Ms. Young, since you have suffered 1 or more horror, move towards the dimensional Shambler.
Okay. I guess I hug it.
Indeed. And now the hunting horror. The creature vanishes from sight. You look around anxiously until a heavy drop of greenish-grey fluid drips onto your shoulder. You look up to see the beast preparing for another meal. Suffer 2 face-up horror. Observation +1 negates. Miss Stanley?
Oh, I'm sorry. Observation +1?
Yes.
2, 3, 4.
Oh dear, and this is to negate 2 face-up horror.
Okay. I'm sorry. So I take 2 face-up horror, you said?
Unless you spend 1 or more clue tokens.
I would not, because you already lose 1 of those horrors on your boat.
Yep. Minor shock. Nothing. Flip it face down. Okay.
That is 1. Are you suffering another, or spending a clue token?
Don't my ability?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Which brings us swiftly along to our next investigator phase. However, we have now been playing for almost 2 hours, so we will take a short break. It is currently 51 minutes past the hour. We shall resume, let's say, at 5 minutes past. So take a moment to refresh yourself, consult your notes, and prepare yourself for any eldritch calamities that afflict you in real life. I will see you in 14 minutes, investigators.
Okie doke. Thanks.
Welcome back, everyone. Right, so as we left our intrepid crew, you were just wrangling with your dimensional shambler and hunting horror acquaintances. So, as you were investigators.
Intrepid, a little generous, but I appreciate it.
Well, you're doing your best.
So, I could try to come back from Lost in Time and Space and shut the hunting horror.
I would.
How much damage has Shambler taken? 4?
It's taken 4, so it should go down 1 shot with a shotgun. And even if she doesn't kill it, the person lost.
No,
I think Wilson Richards should try and take out the dimensional shambler with his gun, and if he fails, then we have Min as a backup plan.
I see.
Otherwise, she can just appear here instead.
Okay. Yeah.
So, Mr. Richards, would you like to go first?
Sure. I'll take a shot at the dimensional shambler.
Your pounding heart makes your hands tremble as you line up the shot. An agility roll, please. 2 is a success. Mr. Richards, an agility roll, please.
Good luck.
Excellent. You steady your aim and fire. The monster suffers damage equal to the weapon's damage and dies.
Nice.
Your second action, please, Mr. Richards.
I would like... real quick question. Is anyone picking up these two, or should I stop my move there?
Darkness is approaching.
Like, I'm wondering, should I stop here and pick up these two, or move to the haunting horror?
Move, because you're gonna be devoured by the darkness. Don't stay there.
Well, not this round, at least, because the darkness is only here instead of here.
The darkness is here. These have been placed here.
These were not on...
Yes, those are on your space. I just placed them there to conserve space.
I see. Then I'll move.
Okay, I'm gonna try to come back from the Lost in Time and Space so I can shoot the hunting horror.
Very well, you are in the city of the Great Race, supposedly. The denizens of this world are welcoming, but you feel uneasy. An observation roll, 2 is a success.
Okay,
That'd be uneasy as well with anyone who introduced themselves with an affirmation of how great their race is.
Ah, darn.
I believe your ability has reactivated.
Yes.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try it since
problems with that in America lately.
Excellent. You realise the creatures would keep you, suffer 1 face-down horror, and escape.
And I'm insane.
Oh dear. So, in that case, you discard your face-down horror. And here you are. Oops. Please draw an insanity card. Over here. Just the one. You're not that insane.
Sorry.
And please hold Shift and Alt over your card to peek at it.
No one else.
No one else. No one else.
I mean, you look happy though, so that's good. You got a nice smile.
So, Kraut, do you understand your new condition?
She may or may not be completely evil or slightly
Okay,
evil.
yes. I understand.
Very well. Of course, in a full game, there is a greater risk of your new friend being directly antagonistic, so do be careful. Kraut, please place your investigator in a space on the board.
Here, and I'm gonna shoot the hunting horror as my second action.
How very reassuring. You scramble upwards looking for a clean angle for a desperate shot at the thing's most sensitive spot. An agility roll, please. +1. Agility +1.
Oh, +1.
Oh, for a focused card. You have dealt but 1 damage, which, in case you need to be told, is not enough.
Oh well. At least my friend know I'm not an evil one.
Hopefully.
I mean, I don't know
that.
Let's see. I believe that's Wilson and Min who have performed.
Yeah.
I mean, you could be indirectly evil.
Who knows? Next investigator,
Yes, but
please.
at least I'm not gonna shoot you in the back.
I'm curious as to whether if we open this door, darkness will spread here, but I don't want to risk it.
Flee.
I would not open the door.
Yeah, I don't think it's a good idea.
A waste of an action.
It's a curiosity thing, that's all.
Don't forget, curiosity killed the cat.
Yeah, I know.
Indeed.
Alright, I'll go and I'll just punch the hunting horror.
Attacking unarmed. You desperately search for something to use as a weapon. An observation roll, please, Ms. Chen. 2 is a success.
I have my fists.
Well, you still need to find your target.
I fail.
Oh dear. You fail and find nothing more threatening than a pebble.
Alright, I'm gonna... Yeah, I guess I'll wait here. No, we got a shotgun. I'll attempt to evade.
Very well.
Continue my movement.
The creature lands in front of you and emits a sound halfway between a hiss and a scream. A will roll, please. 1, I beg your pardon, 2 is a success. Oh dear.
So I'm still
You're
there.
too terrified to act. Suffer 1 face-up horror and forfeit your action.
Yep. Minor shock.
And now I believe that leaves Ms. Young and Ms. Stanley.
Does Ms. Young want to go first?
Rita Young.
Not over much.
Did they actually come back?
Does what?
We were wondering if Rita was back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I said not over much.
Not over much.
I'll go ahead and, I guess, try to evade.
Evade?
Well, I better kill it.
Yeah.
Alright.
Unarmed attack, yes, as you wish.
It's uninjured, right?
It has suffered 1 damage. Fear rises inside you as you react almost without thought, swinging and striking with animalistic desperation. A strength roll, please. 2 is a success. You pass. You take some small measure of comfort in the creature's pained reaction. The monster suffers damage equal to your test result plus 1. It has now suffered 4 damage. The beast lives. And Ms. Stanley.
You do have Azure Flame, by the way.
Yeah, I guess I'll attack it with the Azure Flame.
Attacking the beast with a spell. The air of the room hangs thick and the hairs on your neck stand on end. You search for the source of the sensation. An observation roll, please. 2 is a success. Oh dear.
Oh.
You fail. You sink to the ground, willing the suffocating sensation to pass. Please flip your reserve flame spell. Tendrils of sky blue light emanate from your fingers and scorch your enemies. No additional effect.
Lucky you.
There you are. New reserve spells for flame.
Try again.
Yep, do it again.
Very well. Another attack. The air of the room. It's the same one. Another observation roll, please.
Come on.
Okay, I see. So it's just the host ruining every moment then.
There we go.
Beg your pardon. You are suddenly aware of a dark energy suffusing everything around you, and you draw upon that energy to bolster your attack. The monster suffers damage equal to the spell's damage plus 1 for a total of 3 damage. The beast dies. Please flip your Azure Flame spell. Flame calls to flame, growing into a roaring inferno that harmonizes with the screams. Each monster within range suffers 1 damage, then you suffer 1 face-up horror.
But to have 2 insane people here.
Yeah.
Ooh.
No, that's not good.
Yeah. Diana Stanley is a very hazardous character to play.
Indeed. Now, I believe that's everyone, is it not?
Yep.
Very well. All gathered together. Do you remember Miss Stanley is still trapped in place, with the darkness closing in? Speaking of which, the darkness creeps closer towards the mansion. Remove the tracks and the street and your precious items. And on it spreads. There can't be many carriages of the train left, and yes, well, the train is continuing to move past the town, not that that's of any interest to you. All investigators in darkness feel their resolve tested, each trying desperately not to wonder if they have seen daylight for the last time. Each investigator in darkness suffers 2 face-down horror. Will negates.
Diana's insane.
Well,
I have a question, Archivist.
yes.
There's a light source here.
Yes, you are. Oh, yes.
Oh.
Which
point.
does negate darkness. So yes, I suppose in that sense, only Ms.
Everyone-
Pan is in darkness.
No,
Okay.
She has some matches.
The matches
Oh,
are
no,
not
I mean-
currently lit.
no.
They are only a light source when used.
Yeah.
So Ms. Pan suffers
So-
2 face-down horror. Will negates.
Oops.
Good try.
Oh dear.
We may or may not need to get that a little larger.
Investigators, it is your turn.
I'm going to bucket. Or, well, yeah, I'm going to bucket since I have the highest influence.
Alright, I'm gonna try and set our friend free.
1 moment, please. Mr. Richards, that is your first action. Your second?
I will move right here.
Very well. Next investigator, please.
I will attempt to break Diana's shackles.
Very well. Oh, I should have mentioned you once again have a chance to hold off the darkness.
I'm gonna go for the shackles.
Still attempting to break the trap. Very well then. A strength or a law roll, please.
I will do strength.
Well then.
Oh, sorry, I was waiting for text. Just 1 success.
Darn.
Afraid so.
I'm gonna use my. I didn't use my ability this turn. I'm gonna use my ability, so.
I'm afraid I have already entered the 1. You can feel the restraints weakening slightly. Your confidence they will break soon.
Alright, then I'm just gonna. You can use it on Rita, and then I move after. Or Diana can go.
So
It's
Lily
a
for your
lore
second.
check.
So Lily's second action, you have left the darkness. Yes.
Yes.
Right, next investigator, please.
Rita, is there any chance I can get that holy water from you?
Yeah, if you want to use a trade action before I leave.
Yeah. So I'll go now and we'll do that.
Sure.
Okay. So.
Well, if we don't break Diana's shackles, she's gonna be lost in time and space.
No, she would die.
Yeah, so I think Diana should go first and try and free herself.
Well, The thing is, we don't have to slow the darkness. So if Rita breaks Diana's shackles, then runs, then Diana slows the darkness, then runs. Because she has a lure of 5, so she should be able to get it.
Well, let me go first and see if I can break it myself, right? I'm good at lore, I've got clues.
The problem with this is because you can't safely interact with the darkness unless you might be lost forever, which would end the scenario immediately. Or
I'm trying to interact with the darkness. I'm trying to break free of this spell thing that I'm stuck on, and then just leave.
Oh, so you're not interacting with darkness.
Correct. That's my plan.
I still think Rhea Blight at least attempting to break the thing and have you slow the darkness if they are successful is.
I like Diana's original plan. I support it.
Very well, it seems Diana has the majority then. Ms. Stanley, what would you like to do?
Diana's gonna attempt to break free from her binds.
Very well then, once again.
And then we'll have a reroll from Min.
Very well, yes, the bindings seem almost indestructible. There you are.
You got to reroll for Min if before you input that. If Min wants to use her ability, that is.
Yes, I can. Of course. I'm there to help.
Reroll one of the blank ones, I would say.
I mean, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
That is 2 successes. You have 2 clue tokens you may use.
Okay, and then I'll use another one to get 3 successes.
3. Gleaming cracks begin to crisscross along the restraints. They must be close to breaking.
That's not good.
Darn.
Your second action, please.
Double push.
Yeah, I guess I'll just interact with the darkness.
Very well. Darkness lurks around you like some predatory beast.
You have to break it, don't you?
Ms. Stanley, would you like to interact with the darkness?
Well,
I thought they had to break for a shackle first.
If
Nope.
I break it, I'm stuck here.
The shackles only keep her from moving.
So you got
double push.
You got 2 options. You can either interact with the darkness and then be stuck there, or you can try and go for the shackles one more time, and then Rita can double push you. But if you fail at breaking the shackles, or fail at breaking the darkness, then we lose the game.
Right. Okay. I'll go for the my binds again. Do another lore check.
For the for the restraints, yes.
Yes, for the restraints.
Very well.
Okay, and I'll spend a clue to make that 3 successes.
With a flash of light, the restraints break and vanish. You hope this delay will not be your undoing. Next investigator, please. Very well, pushed to safety. Who is next? There you are, Miss Pan.
I'm going up to here.
Right.
With that mythos phase, the dark shadow reaches the mansion door. Remove the street corner and street corner 3 and all tokens and monsters on them. Yeah. And as you can imagine, the darkness spreads to the fountain. Beyond the darkness behind you, the rattling of the train begins to pass. You're glad its interruption didn't prove fatal. Your turn, investigators.
I think I have to interact with the person first.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Richards, would you like to talk to the small girl?
I would like to do that, yes.
The little girl regards you with suspicion as you hastily approach. Daddy's not seeing anyone today, she says before quietly adding, especially outsiders. Your options are to say, it's okay, your dad called us to do some work on your front door, which will require an action. And what will it take to get you to leave, which will not?
What will take it to get you to leave?
The girl raises an eyebrow in intrigue. What are you offering? You may bribe the girl by giving her one of your items to get her to leave.
I offer her the old journal.
Very well. So
Did that take an action?
you can give her the journal as an action, yes.
Yes. Okay, then I would do that.
Very well.
Give her the gun.
No.
The girl regards her new treasure fondly as she gets down from the fountain and skips merrily away into the darkness. Remove this person token. Your second action, please, Mr. Richards.
I will move down here and hope that someone pushes me through the door.
Next investigator, please.
Well, I think I'm gonna open the door.
Very well. With the child pacified, you could easily slip into the house undetected if you pick the lock. Of course, you could still kick the door down to gain faster access, but this would alert anyone inside to your presence, negating your earlier efforts. As an action, you may either pick the lock or kick the door down.
I'm gonna try to pick the lock.
Very well then. The metallic lock has stood the test of time better than the door has and will be tougher to break. Solve the puzzle using your observation. Please turn your attention to the stream.
Okay, I've got 4 of observation.
If she asks for help, are we allowed to help her?
You may.
Okay. Well, we'll see if she asks for help.
Okay.
Where?
Okay.
Here, let me
Top,
sit here and
at the one that is completely on the right top, move it up vertically.
There you are.
Yep, that one. Under the red one, the horizontal one, push it left.
That's 2.
The one in front of the red, drop it down.
And your final action.
I've got 4 observations, so the other one beside it, drop it down.
Very
And
well.
that
I
will
don't
be
believe
my
you have any
4th.
clue tokens.
Nope.
So
No, I don't have any.
would you like to
tokens,
spend
sadly.
your second action to complete the puzzle?
Yeah.
Very
The
well
red
then.
one completely to the right, At least the door is open.
Indeed. With the girl gone, you easily pick the lock and quietly swing the door open without arousing suspicion. Like the door, the interior of the manor is lavish and elaborate, but also old and decaying. The air is heavy and damp. Place the lobby tile. You feel a chill run up your spine as you notice a painting on the wall which depicts a terrifying person fleeing a cyclone of darkness. There are 6 doors leading from the lobby, although only 2 that don't lead into the darkness. You may move 1 space into the explored area. Ms. Pan?
I will.
Next investigator, please.
If someone's willing to push me, that'd be nice. I'd suggest someone with free movement, because they can move to one of these 2 squares.
Who are you asking to push me?
Someone with free movement, because if they move 1 to break for action, come with me, they can use their last point of movement to move into one of these 2 squares. Well, if they just move 1 to free, they would have to spend another action to move into one of these 2 squares, which would have the same exact effect for them. So either Rita or Diana push me.
So Ms. Stanley, Ms. Young, would either of you like to volunteer to push Mr. Wilson inside?
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
Very well. Next investigator, please.
I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. Also in here.
And Ms. Stanley?
Okay, 1, 2, 3, and what is the person with the holy water is blue? Oh, I'm not next to you.
Actually, can I
Well, are we
suggest?
in the same room?
Oh,
I can't-
No.
Yeah, never mind.
Or
Oh, it's different. Okay.
no. Also, can I suggest one more thing? If you're fine with listening, since you're going to use an action to move, and you can only move a max of 1, you can push someone into an available slot so they can get through the buildings faster as well.
Yeah, that makes sense. Who wants to be pushed where?
I would like to be pushed to here.
Go ahead.
Okay, there's two different arrows.
Why is
Okay.
saying that they want to be pushed here?
There you go.
Well then. With that, the fountain outside vanishes into the darkness. Remove the town square and all tokens and monsters in it. And the darkness spreads into the manor.
Yeah, I feel like we're a bit behind positionally.
Yeah, we're just barely far enough ahead to keep on track.
Min T. Pan's heart pounds painfully against their chest as they run faster than they have in a long time. Min suffers 2 face-up damage. Strength negates.
Scenario doesn't give you much time to look at things.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we basically cleared out the entire first half.
I think Diana and I need to be the ones to like open doors and stuff.
It is now the investigative phase.
I'm gonna start by opening a door.
That would be nice.
It's impossible to tell if this door conceals a rear window or balcony for you to escape on. You hope dearly to find a way out of the mansion, but instead are faced with a dead end. Place the billiards room.
Is it flooded with darkness?
It is not. A well-stocked bar overlooks the door. The billiards game has seemingly been abandoned halfway through. Perhaps you can deduce why. A mold-infested sofa rests against the back wall. You may move 1 space into the explored area.
I'm interested in that sofa. I think it may be concealing a secret passage. I'm metagaming here, but from a design standpoint, if the main room is dark, this room is not, there's got to be a way out.
And your second action?
Go ahead and search the bar.
You can't decide if this is a bad time for a drink or a perfect time. As an action, you are getting a drink. You select the most effective drink available, gain the whiskey common item.
What was this icon?
That was the billiards game, and why it has been abandoned. Next investigator, please.
I would like to go next if all possible.
Please do.
1, 2, opening or looking at the couch.
The sofa looks dirty and uncomfortable. You'd probably recover stamina faster sitting on the floor. You may investigate as an action.
I investigate.
As you inspect the rotten furniture, you notice it's bolted to the wall. You wonder why. Make an observation test.
Let's hope I've got good observation.
Not bad.
I use my focus just in case.
Just in case. Lifting the armrest, you find a hefty metallic lever, the likes of which might activate an electric chair. You may choose to pull it.
I indeed pull it.
To your surprise, the sofa and the surrounding floor rotate on an axis within the wall behind it. Place the balcony tile. As indicated, and then replace the search token with an interact token. Place all investigators on the sofa space outside. The balcony overlooks the beach and the ocean beyond. You're running out of ground to run on. For now, it seems like your only hope is to jump from the balcony to the beach below. Next investigator, please.
Okay, I will go. Rita, can I get the holy water from you? Or do you want to? I'll trade you the shoes.
Yeah.
Do you want? Do you want to give it to her? I'll trade you the shoes if you want.
I don't think giving her the shoes is
no,
best.
You can keep the shoes. That's fine.
Okay, so I can just take it.
I mean, I don't love it, but sure.
I will. I mean, I don't want. Then I won't do that. If
You know what? No, take the whiskey, man.
okay. Well, because that'll get rid of a face up horror, and the whiskey gets rid of face down horror. So you don't have any face up horror, and I have a horror that's quite bad. So that's why I was hoping to get the holy water. But if you want me to take the whiskey instead,
no, that's fine. Go for it.
Which would you?
That's a reasonable.
Okay.
No, that's a reasonable conclusion.
All right. Thank you. So I'll take that, and then I'll continue my movement of 1, 2.
I'm afraid not. You will have to interact as an action.
Oh, okay.
To pull the lever.
Then I'm done.
Next investigator, please.
I'd like to investigate the painting.
Very well. There's something ghoulishly familiar about this painting. There's no doubt that this painting depicts someone suffering the same curse as you. Your first thought, though, is not of the subject, but of the artist. How could they have captured the curse's visual horror so effectively, unless they too had suffered the curse and lived to tell or paint the tale? Gain one clue and become focused.
Neat. And I'm getting out of there. 1, 2.
And Ms. Pan.
Okay, how is the push action? Can I push?
You may.
So how it would
be done?
So
1, 2, and then you push both of you guys into the third spot.
Well, then I will do that.
Very well. Everyone's
and
ready
sadly,
to.
I'll have to steal something from someone.
I'm afraid so. So select your target, Ms. Pan.
You can have these ley lines.
Rita or
take them. There you go.
Very well, Rita, you may stop shuffling your items.
Okay.
Well then.
I'm gonna steal from you.
Which leads us along to our next mythos phase. Darkness consumes the lobby, keeping you from the adjacent room. You dearly hope you went the right way. Remove the lobby and all tokens and monsters on it, and place darkness as indicated.
Oh, thank goodness.
First investigator, please.
I would like to move.
Wilson should go last.
No, I should go
Wilson
first.
should go last because instead of moving, you can do a push action.
No, that does not matter because I could see going second, but not last.
All right, sure. I still think Wilson should go second, but it is your turn, so I will let you do whatever you like.
Yeah, I'll go second then.
Well, first investigator then, please.
Okay, I'll go. I'm going to use the holy water. So I'll discard 1. Get rid of frayed nerves. Sorry, where's the discard?
Over here.
Oh, over here.
And there is your focused card.
Okay.
Your second action, please.
Right. I will interact to the secret.
Very well.
Balcony.
The floor rotates and all investigators are transported to the balcony.
Oh, yay.
Oh, I didn't know all of us would go. Neat.
Yeah, it's all.
Second investigator, please.
I will push. Let me just look. I will push Min onto the next spot, and then I will jump off the balcony.
As you wish. The balcony is rather higher than you'd like, easily a devastating drop for an older investigator if they're not careful. Once one investigator has jumped, they may be able to catch their peers as they fall. You are jumping as an action. You step over the rail, and with your hand in your throat, you jump. Place the beach and the pier tiles. Oops. Place your investigator on the beach adjacent to the interact token. and suffer 4 face-down damage. Agility negates.
Damn.
Oh yeah. Ow. I'm gonna use my ability.
No. I would say save it in case there's a monster. 3 is not bad for me because I still have 4 left.
Very well. 3 face-down damage. Future investigators will roll 1 additional dice for each investigator on the beach's space.
I will. Sorry.
Quick question: is there a monster somewhere on the beach?
Currently, there is not. You doubt. 1 moment, please. You doubt it could escape. You could escape the darkness in a rowboat, but there are a couple within sight. Let's see, here and here, and just 1 moment. In a small ticket booth lies a log of incoming and outgoing boats. The pier extends over the ocean, either to your salvation or your watery demise. And there you are. Next investigator, please.
I'll push Diana. And I will interact to try and jump off.
Very well. You jump to the beach below, move your investigator to the adjacent beach space, and suffer 4 face-down damage. Agility +1 negates.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, nice.
It is 1 face-down damage, unless...
1 face-down damage is fine,
Yeah.
Very well. Next investigator, please. Rita Young. An agility roll +2, please. An agility roll, I believe that's 1 dice too many.
No,
+2, I beg your pardon, +2, of course, yes. So that is 2 face-down damage. Next investigate. Oh no, I beg your pardon. Your second action, please, Ms. Young.
And the remainder of my movement.
No, did you not push?
No, she did not push.
I did not.
She just.
Oh,
moved
that was
and...
another person.
Oh, you moved.
I
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what confused me.
Well then, the next investigator.
This is a barrier, I'm pretty sure.
No, but she can go through the door
that's
here.
a door? Okay. Yeah. Never mind.
Okay. Shall I go next?
Do not have a white line.
Yeah, I'll go next. I've got more health.
Yep.
So I'll jump.
Very well. An agility roll +2, please.
What it?
No, I thought you went first when you drank the whiskey or the holy water.
Yeah, they can't jump.
Yes, correct. So Ms. Pan.
Well, I'm gonna jump over.
Very well then. An agility roll +2. Oh dear.
Might as well use your ability.
Yeah, at this point.
Yes, you're right. I'm the only one left.
Excellent.
Nice.
And your second action, please, Ms. Pan.
Okay, I'm gonna move here.
Keeping
Can I watch over there?
Let's see. An investigator on the pier may reveal the remainder of the docks. Yes.
Oh, well, then I will check what's...
As you wish,
over
the docks extend over the water through the funnel of darkness. Place the dock 1 and the dock 2, as indicated. Oh dear.
Oh.
Whoops.
Illuminati confirmed.
Indeed. Let's see. Yes, close enough. You can't believe your luck. At the end of the dock, a houseboat is tethered. If you can get it out on the water, you might be able to gain enough of a lead on the encroaching darkness to perform a counter ritual. Place a houseboat, as indicated.
Guys, over here. Come this way.
You'll need to
We
hotwire
don't
the
have to-
controls if you want the boat to start. Place an interact token, as indicated. Should also mention there is also a door here. And I believe that's everyone, yes?
Yes.
Yep.
More of the mansion is consumed. Remove the billiard room and bedroom tiles and move darkness, as indicated. The investigators furthest behind steal their resolve and refuse to let this curse be their undoing. Miss Stanley, a will roll, please. 2 is a success.
Okay.
That's
Oh
not
dear. And
Fail.
fortunately nothing bad happens. As desperate as you are, you know Innsmouth oceans are dangerous. Sure enough, a scaly hand grasps the side of the pier, followed by a monstrous amphibious creature. Place a
Why am I
deep
not
1,
surprised?
as indicated. The deep
Which
one
we know
moves
for how.
towards the nearest investigator and attacks. The deep one
Yeah, you
wraps
gotta
its
try.
arms around you and squeezes with a bone-crushing force. A strength roll, please, Ms. Parn. 2 is a success.
I'm pretty
Yes.
sure Veil were used for reroll. Did they not?
Yes, I used my reroll. Forget to.
But
Oh,
she's
nice.
fine.
Oh.
Yes, well done. Let's see, you pass. You manage to strike the creature in the throat before struggling free, and the monster suffers 1 damage. And now a horror check. For, let's see, everyone, yes. Gurgling to itself, the deep one slinks into the shadows and attempts to hide. Observation rolls, please, everyone. 2 is a success.
I fail.
Fail.
Oh dear, everyone has failed?
I'm going to use my focus to pass.
Failed, Lucy.
This was a
see.
hot roll,
So,
right?
Ms. Stanley, a horror roll, yes. So, let me see. Ms. Stanley has passed then. Ms. Stanley keeps track of the creature's movements, ever wary. Those of you who failed find a hidden monster far more unnerving than one they can see. Everyone who failed suffers 2 face-up horror and becomes dazed.
Yeah.
And I become stunned as well.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Days.
Oh, that's good. So I got flashback, flipping one of her horror face up and discard it, and flipped over 2 max shocks.
Okay. Absolute terror. Suffer an additional face down.
I think you've narrowly avoided elimination there since you don't have a spell.
And horrific arcana. Suffer an additional face down horror for each spell you have. I don't have any spell. Phew.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
However, Ms. Parn is 1 horror away from being eliminated.
Yeah, I think she needs that whiskey, but I don't know if she'll be able to get that whiskey.
So let's see. We all suffered adequately. Firoso, have you suffered your horror and dazed?
Dazed.
Oh, you did. Okay. Which means it is now the investigator phase again.
I think Diana goes first, so she gets a plus bonus dice for Millie and Wilson.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
So I will jump.
Actually, before we do that, since she can move 3 spaces, I'm not going to move. I'm just going to shoot twice at the deep one. It would be better to clear out the monster before she moves.
As you wish.
I agree.
Attacking the deep one with a firearm. You empty your weapon in the foe's general direction and retreat to reload. An agility roll, please, Mr. Richards. 2 is required. Oh,
That's not
dear.
good. What?
Reroll?
No. There's no
No?
reroll.
Ms. Pan could use her
oh,
ability.
she-
Yes, I could.
Yeah, I'd like that.
Just within. Yeah, reroll.
Okay.
Oh
7.
dear.
Ah,
Your reliance on quantity over quality has not worked in your favour. Your second action,
I-
please.
Take another shot.
And again.
worst case, I've got the shotgun.
Not trusting your aim, you strive to make up for it with the sheer volume of lead. You fire, reload, fire again, and another agility roll, please. Once again, 2 is a success. That is
Yay!
better.
I'm going to convert one of them to success using this.
May as well. You pass. A number of shots strike your foe. The monster suffers damage equal to the weapon's damage,
2.
putting it up to a total of 3 damage. Next, investigator, please.
I think I should shot the monster before the other person moves.
Very well.
I'm gonna shot it.
Another firearm attack. It is so much easier to shoot the enemy from a comfortable distance than to engage in unseemly fisticuffs. An agility roll, please. 2 is a success.
Hey.
Wonderful. Yes. You passed. You brought a gun to a knife fight. The monster suffers damage equal to the weapon's damage. Casting it back to the ocean depths from whence it came. Figuratively speaking, in reality, its corpse slumps to the pier at your feet. Your second action, please, Min.
I'm gonna move. 1, 2.
Well then, next investigator.
Diana.
Okay. I will jump down.
Well then, an agility roll plus 2.
The path is clear.
I think it was a mistake having Min take their turn. Could have gotten them the whiskey.
Oh.
A perfect roll. You land neatly into your co-worker's arms. Your second action, please.
Okay. I suppose I'll just move. 1, 2, 3.
You couldn't have gotten the whiskey because of the Rita's in there.
Which only leaves the aforementioned Ms. Young. Rita Young.
I'm gonna do the search token.
Very well. It seems unlikely you've time to wait for a ferry to arrive, but the log will tell you if one is coming. Gain the Ledger unique item. Unfortunately, by the time the next ferry arrives, you will have been consumed by darkness. You are. I'm afraid that is 4 spaces away. The cabin is its own space.
Okay. And I end my turn.
Yes, because you're stunned, are you
Close.
not? Yes.
Yeah.
So now no one is stunned or dazed anymore, so do away with those. And it is now the Mythos phase. The last of Innsmouth vanishes behind you, leaving you trapped between an inky oblivion and the cold, unforgiving ocean. Remove the balcony tile and place darkness as indicated.
Oh, good.
Run, Wilson!
Diana Stanley gets their feet entangled in broken, discarded furniture. Make an agility roll, please, Miss Stanley. 2 is a success. Oh dear. You collide painfully with the floor and frantically begin to free your feet. Suffer 2 face-up damage and become restrained.
Oh.
Giraffe.
Good. And kind of she's far ahead.
Is there no darkness on this one?
Nope.
There is not.
Apparently not.
Ow.
Yes, and I'm afraid your arm has been broken, which means you may not carry more than 2 items. Fortunately, you have only 1 item and 2 spells.
Alright, I got a plan here, guys.
Well, it's the investigator phase, so now is the time to implement one.
Rita pushes Diana 1, and then moves 3 spaces to the boat. Then Min pushes Diana 1, moves 2 spaces. And then Diana will go and summon Wilson to save a bunch of movement for him.
I don't think we need to do that because the ship is the final tile.
Yeah, but it'll still be nice. He'll get more actions on the interact. Like he's gonna have to spend 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
I get what you mean.
2 full turns. Meanwhile, Diana can't really move, so just pushing her around to help Wilson will be great.
Well, Rita has moved. Next investigator, please.
Well, they can't move voluntarily, which would mean they would have to resist the push, would they not?
No, they would not.
Okay.
Don't believe. I mean, I think allowing it doesn't count as moving it.
Okay.
Next investigator, please.
What I was thinking though is that since this is the last space, I kind of want to know what's here. I take this, I move 2, and then I have Lily, Chin push both of us to this spot right here. Or Lily.
I mean, we can instead of me slowing down, we just go with my plan. We all make it onto the boat. You can just investigate that and then just get summoned later anyways.
Sure, as long as Diana takes her move before you, just in case her spell fizzles out.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yep.
Okay, I would like to search this then.
Very well. The boat has been dragged onto the beach. It could buy you a few more moments if it's seaworthy. Unfortunately, you find several breaches in the boat's hull. You'd be better off swimming. Gain 1 clue.
Okay, so that was, in fact, useful.
Your second
yeah,
action.
Can't fizzle. It just moves a monster and investigator and then consequence
Well, yeah,
happen.
like
Mr. Richards, your second action, please.
Which is why I'm saying we might as well just have Lily push us.
Sure. And then I think Min should go next.
Okay, I'm gonna push Diana. And then move 2.
1 moment, please. Oh, yes, of course, because you moved with the push, yes. Now, Ms. Chen and Ms. Stanley.
I think it would be better if I moved. Oh no, wait. Yeah, you know what? Diana can go and summon him.
Okay. I will go first, and I will summon. Who should I do? Lily first.
No, Wilson.
No, Wilson.
Oh, I guess you could summon both of us. Yeah.
You cannot move. You're restrained.
Yeah,
Right.
just summon Wilson.
Lily. I'll try Lily first.
No. Why Lily?
I have my moves still. Summon Wilson.
Okay. I will summon Wilson with my summoning spell.
Very well. Please flip your summoning spell.
Yeah, because Lily can make it.
The laws of nature themselves feel as though they resist your unnatural pull. A law roll, please, Diana. Alright. The powers desert you before finishing the job. Suffer 1 face-up horror.
I don't think you should risk this the summoning again.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
No.
We should just have
your
Lily
second action, please, Miss Stanley.
I don't think she can. She can trade is the only action she has remaining.
She could push Mr. Richards. She just can't move with him.
Would you mind trading your boots to me? Because I think... Well, I guess it doesn't matter. Because it's same movement total. Never mind.
Would you like to spend your second action, Miss Stanley?
I'm gonna go and summon. I'm gonna try and summon Lily. I'm gonna go.
I don't think that's a good idea, but
No.
Push Wilson. Just push Wilson into the next space.
It's pretty unlikely that I'll fail.
Well, if you do fail, there's a chance you might get a sanity penalty, which might make you insane, which might make you lose the game yourself.
Yeah. I'm totally fine. I can make it over here on my turn.
I mean,
is literally no risk.
Have a moment of
not-
quiet, please. Ms. Stanley, what is your decision, please?
Okay, I will push Miss Wilson forward so as not to upset people.
Very well. Ms. Chen, you are our last investigator. Excellent. To your surprise, the darkness slows slightly, but you can feel power building like a receding tide before a tsunami. Place darkness as indicated. Rita Young tries their hardest not to turn around and look at the darkness, unsure if they could stand to look at the sinister cataclysm for a second longer. Rita suffers 2 face-down horror. Observation negates.
Oof.
2 face-down horror. That was to each investigator?
This is for Rita
No.
Young.
Just for Rita, okay.
Rita, observation roll, please. 3 dice.
Negates?
Observation.
You can use your gambler's dice.
I
to
would
reroll.
not recommend, because that's only 1.
Don't need it.
But she's gonna fail. And
I
she'll
thought it
go-
was.
This
Oh,
is
was it negate?
negating. You are negating face-down horror.
Oh. Yeah, then I agree.
Very well. Please suffer 1 face-down horror. Investigator phase.
Oh, that's it.
First investigator, please.
I think Min should go first, because this way she doesn't have to steal from anyone.
Well,
If she goes first and ends in here, then she doesn't
Yep.
have to steal.
You're
good
right.
point.
So I'm gonna move here and try to interact with the controls.
As you wish.
And have this
An
boat
investigator on this
started.
space may attempt to hotwire the vehicle. You frantically manipulate the wires, trying your hardest not to think about your impending devastation. Attempt the puzzle using your will. So
My
once
will.
again, please turn your attention to the stream.
I only have 3.
A will of 3. Well then, this is a sliding tile puzzle. Please tell me which of 2 tiles you wish for me to trade places. Tiles may trade places horizontally or vertically, not diagonally.
Okay.
You must complete the pictures so that the wires join in a manner that matches their colours.
Okay.
For clarity, you may number the tiles 1 to 9, starting at the top left, moving to the right.
So we know for 100% that the tile number 9 is in the wrong spot.
Yes.
Clearly.
So I
Yes,
think
that's
that should
for
go up.
sure. And the 8OC. Wait before we move.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean. I
Ms.
think, as a suggestion, tile number 9 to tile number 6, because it moves 2 tiles in the correct direction.
Yeah.
Ms.
Yeah,
Pan,
I agree.
Ms. Pan, would you like to make this your first
6
action?
and 9.
6 and 9.
And
Okay.
maybe 6 and 5.
Yeah, no, because the blue wire won't go anywhere. Do all the wires need to be connected, Archivist?
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Maybe
we need something blue on top.
This can be solved in 3 moves.
I
You think?
severely doubt
Okay.
that.
Go ahead.
You have to get any start to any end with matching colors, right?
I think
No,
it's
you
all
need to
wires.
completely organize the picture.
I think number 1 has to be in number 2, that I know. And number 4 has to be in number 3. So if we knew, if we swap number 2 with number 5 and then number 4 with number 5.
If this is helpful, number 3 has to go in number 5 position. It doesn't work anywhere else. It doesn't work on any. It doesn't work on any of the edges except for possibly number 4. But then, if you look, the red wire goes up, and there's no red wires leading down from any other tiles that don't mess up the puzzle. So we have tile number 5 solved.
Ms. Pan, your second movement,
Start needs
please.
to be top.
The problem is if we place a tile, we have to be sure that we won't have to move it around again.
3 and 6 need to be swapped then, because the start on 6
Yeah,
needs to
that's
be top.
for sure. 3 and 6, that's for sure.
3 and
But
6.
okay. Any other suggestion? I would say 2 and 5.
We can't.
Yeah, 2 and 5.
We can't swap diagonally, I believe.
No, that's not
No,
diagonal.
no diagonal.
That's top, middle,
Oh.
middle.
2 and 5. Is that your last action, Ms. Pan?
Yep.
Very well then.
For now.
Back to the game. Next, investigator, please.
I'd like to move if that's fine with everyone.
Wait, hang on. Can Diana actually come push Rita into the room?
Would it not be better for Diana to spend one of her actions on the room?
I agree.
It's it's a willpower test.
Oh, good point.
Right.
No.
She should be pushing either Lily, Wilson, or Rita.
It should be Rita. But can I just make my move real quick?
Yes, please do, Mr. Richards.
Since it does not matter which order we do it in, so I'll move 1, 2, and interact.
Very well. Your attention back to the stream. Mr. Richards, of course, has a will of 3 also.
Let's see here.
2 and 3. Right?
2 and 3?
Yeah, I think that has to happen.
Right.
2 and 3?
So 2 and 3, yes.
One and 2?
Yeah.
Yes, 1 and 2. Let me see here.
5 and 6 and
Wait.
8 and 9.
So 4 needs to be in the number 6 position. 5 needs to be. 6 needs to be in the number 5 position, and 5 needs to be in the number 8 position.
So you're saying 4, 5 needs to happen before 5, 6, and
I think 5, 8 needs to happen first.
5, 8 is what you're saying? Sure. 5, 8.
Ah, yes.
And that, I believe, is the end of Mr. Richards' turn. Oh, and you have 1 clue token you may choose to use.
I will not.
Very well then. Next, investigator, please.
I'll go. I will attempt to solve the puzzle.
Very well then.
2.
Should probably just keep the puzzle open, to be honest.
Yeah.
Right.
The only person who won't be doing the puzzle is Diana.
So, this is Ms. Chen, yes? So
yes.
4 moves in total.
So I want to swap. Let's think.
It would be 5, 6, and then. Wait, no.
No.
Where does that?
We're almost done.
Yeah, I want to swap 5 and 5.
7.
I beg your pardon?
Oh, yeah.
4 and 5.
Yeah, 4 and 5. I see now.
Yeah, 4 and 7 just need to move all the way to the right.
And then I want to swap 5 and 6.
Two moves remaining.
That should be complete. That's a circuit.
That is not, I'm afraid. You have 2 ends connected to one another.
7 needs to go all the way to the right.
Okay, I wasn't sure if that would work. So.
Yeah,
Okay.
I see what you mean. So 7 to 8, and then 8 to 9.
Ms. Chen, do you concur?
Yeah. Sorry, that threw me off. I thought that would work.
Congratulations, puzzle solved. In a total of 10 moves. Not too shabby. Mercifully, the engine rumbles into life. An investigator may pull the boat away from the dock, but anyone not on the boat will be left to the mercy of the darkness.
Okay, so then Diana will go and pull the lever, I think.
Yep.
Yes. Does
She's
Diana
the
still
only
have
one
the
missing.
shoes? She does, yes. So,
Yep.
please, by all means.
Where is the lever?
Here.
In the cabin.
Inside? Okay.
So,
Alright.
you steer the boat out to sea. The darkness expands hungrily. No investigators are consumed. The boat's engine roars as it races you over the water. Clear the board. And place the houseboat as such. Oops. Choppy waters around Innsmouth.
Yep.
While the shadows overhead and to your sides lurk claustrophobically close, you gain a sizable lead on the collapsing darkness behind you. With the rate at which it was accelerating, though, you know you've only bought yourself a short reprieve. You'll have to use it wisely.
Oh,
The investigators
sorry.
take shelter from the icy spray in the cabin. All investigators move into the cabin.
I would like to. I had another action, didn't I?
Yes, well, we are currently in the effects of your previous. No, you don't have another action. Your second action was.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Hold the trigger.
Right, as I was saying. You begin to prepare a spell circle for the counter curse on the floor of the cabin. Place an interact token, well, in the cabin, but since there's no room, I'll place it here. Before the spell can be cast, you'll need to gather enough arcane energy. A second clue interact token is also in the cabin, but for the purposes of convenience. The boat is seemingly equipped for whaling. Place the carbine rifle and the harpoon as indicated. While you've briefly escaped the encroaching dread, you now find yourself in the ocean surrounding Innsmouth, and while you've made your fate slightly less hopeless, it could be argued you're in even worse danger. A massive shadow passes through the water beneath the boat.
Oh.
Which, I believe, leads us to our next mythos phase.
Nope.
No?
Rita still has a turn.
Who's that?
Rita.
Rita, well then, please do.
We're probably screwed here anyhow because we have somebody insane with 1 sanity. But hey, my little friend, you look like you could use a drink.
Yes, I would like that
and
very
while we're
much.
here, everyone can openly trade.
Ooh,
right?
I like the shotgun
Yes.
if you're fine with that. And you can take
Oh yes.
Anyone else?
Or someone can take the gun. It would actually probably be better on Rita.
I would say give it to Rita,
Yeah.
personally, the shotgun.
Or, no, I mean the automatic.
I would give it to Rita for the shotgun just because of mobility reasons. But
I mean,
sure.
we don't need mobility, do we?
The range for the shotgun is 1, potentially.
Yeah,
I don't know what's
just
gonna happen.
get outside and I'm within range of everything.
Can I have the dice just so I have something?
Yeah.
Sure.
What?
Yeah,
Enjoy
it's
the
probably
gambler's
smart.
dice.
Well, are we all
Anybody
satisfied?
need bandages?
Well, who's wounded?
Bandages?
I think you're
one.
in need of bandages the most, actually. So
Cool.
Probably
We're good then.
shouldn't use the bandages at this rate, though.
you have another action.
Push somebody with me. Who wants to go?
What were the interacts again?
You must draw a spell circle and gather arcane energy. So.
Oh yeah. I'll do one of those 2.
I'd recommend gathering the arcane energy.
Sure.
Right, so Gathering arcane energy. You will need to gather a massive amount of energy to overpower this vicious curse. As an action, you are gathering energy. Arcs of eldritch lightning surge across your arms as you channel energy from the air through your body towards the spell circle. Make a lore test. One.
First.
You channel the energy towards the spell circle. It glows faintly in response. Now, is that the conclusion of the investigator phase?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well then. The boat shudders as though it has struck rocks, although the cabin's maps assure you're in open water. Sure enough, a tentacle rises from the water and wraps around the deck, followed by another, and then several more. The boat's engine groans against the obstruction before giving in with a splutter and a bang, leaving you adrift, with the darkness catching up. An indescribable tentacled face with shining red eyes rises over the dock and the boat, and a bellowing roar seems to come from inside your own head. Place a star spawn, as indicated. Even if the curse is broken, you'll have to kill the star spawn if you are to survive.
Okay.
The star spawn
Yes.
reaches over the deck of the boat towards you, its countless tentacles lashing at you. It seems to be struggling to drag any more of its body from the sea. The star spawn moves into the cabin only if there are no investigators on the deck, which there are not. It would leave the cabin if there are investigators to lure it, but as it is, it moves into the cabin and attacks the investigator in its space with the lowest strength. 3, 3, 5, 4, 5. Right, a tie then between Ms. Stanley and Ms. Pam. Please draw cards.
Please be Stanley.
Ooh, it is Ms. Stanley. With a roar that seems to shake the ocean itself, the beast swings a tentacle at you. An agility roll, please. 2 is a success. Excellent. You duck under the vicious appendage, only getting slightly winged, suffer 1 face-up damage. A minor injury. And now a horror check. Everyone, you can barely stand to look at the horrifying alien. A will roll, please. 2 is a success.
Alright. Find out if we lose the game.
Does she not have her ability as of right now?
Nope.
Ow. Let's
we lose
hope
the
we
game.
discard it. I mean, unless she discards it.
Yeah.
Well, if you pass, did anyone pass?
No.
What was the check?
2.
Yeah, I passed.
Very well then, Ms. Chen manages to endure the creature's presence for a moment longer. Those of you who failed, hold your head and cry out in distress. They suffer 2 horror and become stunned.
Well, I'm
I mean, unless she
insane.
discards both.
To face up
Yeah.
horror, so yes, if you must discard both of them, you will endure. Oh dear.
Technically, we get 1 additional round, but it's probably not going to happen.
You do get 1 more round, yes.
Oh yeah, we do get one more.
Except,
So-
I'm not there.
I'm afraid Ms. Pan has been struck from reality.
What was stunned that we also got?
You also become stunned.
Okay. I have photophobia plays darkness in your space, but I have the flame, so I don't know if that.
Yes, I think it's safe to just disregard that.
Okay, but then I'm at 0 sanity.
Well then, you discard your face down sanity, madness even. I see someone's become
I don't
poisoned.
think we can kill a star spawn in 1 round with.
Probably
everyone
not, but you can certainly
I-
try.
I think we maybe
Can try.
could. I think it's
Alright.
possible.
What the heck?
But we also need to do the 2 interacts as well.
Yes.
What the
With
heck?
4 people. I think if
Yeah.
we can maybe get it if we have 5 actions to spend on gathering/circle building.
Oh dear, someone else is also
Yeah.
insane. That's a pity.
Yeah.
As
Because
a matter
it'll-
of interest,
at
Ms. Pan,
best-
what was your insanity condition? Ms.
Me?
Pan? Yes, since you're dead now. Misery loves company. You win only if the investigation is complete and one or more investigators are wounded or insane. Well,
Okay.
if we can...
The one I lost with.
Well then, now, if we are done with that, it is now the investigator phase.
It's worth noting Rita is now insane.
Alright.
I'm going to just take a few shots at it.
Shooting
Good luck.
at the star spawn.
I take a shot, yes.
Very well, attacking the star spawn with a firearm. As the creature's limbs writhe and flail, you wait for your moment and fire off a single shot. An agility roll, please. 2 is a success.
I spin a clue.
You pass. Your bullet strikes true. The monster suffers damage equal to the weapon's damage.
6.
It lives.
I
You're-
attack again.
You attack again.
Oh.
You fire relentlessly, spraying the room with lead. An agility roll, please. 2 is a success.
Okay.
Come on.
Agility.
Agility.
I
Oh,
use my focus.
You pass. Your shots wreak havoc on foes. Any number of monsters within range suffer damage equal to the weapon's damage plus 2.
8. Bam!
For a total of 14 damage, the star spawn lives still.
Oh, that's not good.
Next
Rita, go
investigator.
pew, pew.
Rita?
Yes, Rita goes poo poo.
Rita goes pew pew. You fire relentlessly, spraying the room with lead. An agility roll, please. 2 is a success. Agility. Yes.
1 less.
Well, a success at any rate. Your shots wreak havoc upon the foe, and once again, any monster suffers damage equal to the weapon's damage plus 2. The star spawn dies.
Nice.
The cephalopodic leviathan collapses onto the deck, almost sinking the boat. After the damage it did, you're hopelessly adrift as the darkness closes in. This is your last chance to break the curse. Even if you hadn't lost
Arcane
an investigator.
energy gathering, please.
Let's try the other one because it might do agility.
Yeah, it might do agility or will.
Sure. Spell circle sounds like agility.
It's at least.
Whereas the arcane energy is the one that went through my body, so I think I'm gonna stick with my original
Good luck.
choice,
Well,
arcane energy.
Okay.
Very well. You look over your meagre notes. Creating the spell circle will require a substantial degree of guesswork and will probably take some time.
No. I'm gathering
She chose
energy.
the other
I'm
one.
not doing that one.
You're not
You chose
doing
the
the
other
spell
one.
circle.
Yeah.
So you're gathering arcane energy.
Correct.
Very well then. Arcs of eldritch lightning surge across your arms as you channel energy from the air through your body towards the circle. Make a lore test. Two. You channel energy towards the circle. It glows faintly in response. Next, investigator, please.
I would like to go with the spell circle.
Very well. Attempt the puzzle using your observation.
Oh crap! My observation is 2. Oh no, it's 3. Because my hallucinations doesn't affect puzzles.
Very well then.
Oof. This is 8 pieces down.
Indeed.
Or 4x4, 16.
Oh, I remember this.
You may be interested to know that it could have been
It's been
easier had
fun.
one of you not given the wizard who cursed you's notebook to a child.
Maybe it's my bad. I forgot about that part.
All right. I don't know what to do here. There's all of these look like they're in not optimal spots.
Yeah.
All right.
Those are actually really bad.
Yeah. Like all these bottom pieces need to go to the top.
Mm-hmm.
But like if I move like was it 4, 8, 12, 14 up, then that messes up the position of 4, 8, 10. All right, well, I guess I'll just start. I'll move number 5 down one twice. Then I'll move number 4, 8, 12, 14 over 2 twice.
I beg your pardon?
I'd like to move number 14.
Let's see, 4, 8, 12, 14, yes.
I'd like to move that over twice. With I'm using a second action.
In which direction?
Right.
Not sure why we're not using row column notation.
And then I have 2 moves left. I'll move it up twice more. End my turn.
Very well.
Probably because we're more used to the other way.
Next, investigator, please.
Shall I go? I have 1 action because I'm stunned.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess arcane energy, since I didn't get.
Very well then. As before,
Not bad observation.
a law roll,
What do you-
please.
Okay. Come on.
Not bad. You channel energy towards the spell circle. It glows faintly in response. Now, is anyone left?
No.
Well then, unfortunately, let's see. The darkness catches up with your drifting vessel. With your partner lost, swallowed up by the darkness behind you, the idea that you could do any better becomes harder and harder to cling to, and gradually your running begins to slow as the darkness closes in around you. You let out a quiet, defeated sigh before vanishing from the Innsmouth sea. Well, a very valiant effort, investigators. Very, very close, but unfortunately, losing your colleague right at the end there was just too much to bear.
No.
Well, I hope at least you've all enjoyed yourself and have learned something about how to deal with any curses you come across in your own lives.
I'm curious, how did Rita do with her last minute insanity?
Yes, what was everyone's sanity cards?
I also had Misery Loves Company.
I also had Misery.
Oh my goodness, there's 3 of a deck?
Roughly 50% of the
I
cards
shuffled.
are Misery Loves Company, so it is a very common card.
Still.
Okay.
We did not complete, unfortunately.
I'm afraid not. Very valiant effort, though. I'm impressed you managed to kill the Starspawn at least.
In 1 round, no less.
Yes, I had a total of 15 health. Well, hope you've all enjoyed yourself, and I hope you look out for future investigations to carry out. I will see you next time, investigators. Good evening to you all.
Absolutely. Hey,
Thank you,
so much.
Archivist.
Really appreciate it.
Alright, and I hope you've all enjoyed watching and have also learned something about the Eldritch and the Arcane. Head over to the Lost Chronicles Discord server if you would like to take part in our next investigation, and until then, good luck out there, everyone. Archivist signing out.